Obviously, I am extremely late to this game, but good evening, everyone. This is the Rooftop Sports. Obviously, I missed a lot. I didn't even make it to the beginning of this game because I was too busy winning a championship for my softball team. Yes, I made a very difficult decision to not flake out from my softball team because I don't want to be a loser, a flaking loser. And here I am. I still have an opportunity to witness history for the Mariners. How about that? So let's do this. It's 2-2. It's coming down to this. Let's make it happen. I'm not ready to end this season. Nobody should be. But until then, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification. It's time to wear this helmet that I wore from 2001, signed by Aaron Seeley. Oh, that's bad juju right there. Anyways, I'm here. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification, and let's get this. It's 2-2. What happened was a Leo Rivas RBI. First, it started with a Mitch Garver sacrifice fly. Unfortunately, Kerry Carpenter kills the Mariners once again. Now we're in familiar territory. And now we are back from the break. We got J.P. Crawford up to the plate. He is going to be starting off this inning. And we'll see what J.P. Crawford, what he's got. Will West is the pitcher from the bullpen. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. This is a huge opportunity for the Mariners. Let's close this. Let's get this done. And now we are looking at the 1-0 in the pitch. And a swing and a miss. That was right down the middle. How can you miss that? And that's going to be strike one. J.P. Crawford was once a promising shortstop, but he has been very up and down, to say the least. And now we're at 1-1. And now here's the pitch. Outside for a ball, and that is 2-1. 2-1 the count for J.P. As you can see, I am streaming from Facebook, YouTube, the Twitch, and that is up high for a ball, 3-1, and Twitter. Most of my audience is coming from Twitter. Come to the YouTube part. I have a couple people on YouTube, and I also will have Jay Trident Podcast joining me after this show, win or lose. The 3-1, and that's going to be a strike, and J.P. Crawford didn't like the call. Of course, the umpire's not going to give it to him. They'll never give it to J.P. Crawford. And now it's a full count, 3-2. Yep, it was clearly a strike right there. He just wanted it to be a ball for whatever freaking reason it was. And now we're at 3-2. And now the pitch. And a foul ball. Looked like he was going to bolt that one for a home run. And we don't really have to hit home runs. Just go for small ball. And now we're at 3-2. It's at 3-2. Arozarena is on deck. Cal Raleigh follows the pitch. Now it's going to be a broken bat, and that's going to be caught by Javier Baez. And that's going to be one down. This game is giving me nothing but absolute heart attack. It's been like that. It just has to be. It just could not be an easy win, especially when you have Tarek Skubal on the mound. And now Randy Arozarena is now up to the plate. He's batting 0 for 3, a ground out. He struck out and he popped out. He needs to step up. And now we're at the pitch. And now here it is. And that's going to be low for a ball. And he is 0 for 3. And he can, I would just say, get on base in somehow, some way. You don't have to be the hero. Let Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez do the work. Just facilitate yourself to get on base. The pitch inside for a ball. Maybe he should have stepped into it because he's got that. He still has that elbow pad, so that could have protected him from any kind of hit by pitch. And I know that sounds very vulgar, but still got to do it. Now the pitch, and that's going to be up high for a ball, ball 3. And I'm going to call red light on this. He's probably going to do with his arrogant step back. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Cal Raleigh is on deck. Fans are really up on their feet. It's really intense baseball. And now the 3-0 pitch, and that is a strike, and you knew that it was going to be a strike no matter what. That thing could have been way outside the strike zone, and the umpire is still going to call that a strike. He is not giving anything to the Mariners. Why would he? Now we're at 3-1, and now the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. He had to swing at that one. And now it's at 3-2. The chant of Randy. Randy, 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 Randy. Now it's full count 3-2. And now the pitch inside for ball 4. It did hit him, but take your base. And now we got Cal Raleigh up to the plate. And I challenge Randy Arozarena to try to go for a stolen base so you can take the pressure. So you can take the pressure off of Cal Raleigh so he doesn't have to go for a home run. Just go for some kind of small ball thing. But I guess we'll see what we have in store. But definitely try to get some kind of a hit. But Randy should try to steal second. And now here is the pitch. Way inside for a ball. That is going to be ball 1. The game of intensity. Cal Raleigh did single in the first inning. He's been amazing in the postseason. Batting .421. Can he continue? The pitch. And now broken bat. And that is a foul ball. It chipped. It looked like a really beautiful swing. But the ball and the bat did not meet in the right places. And that is going to be a 1-1 count on Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh in that torpedo bat. I mean, I think we can all agree that the Mariners season, we all don't want it to end. And I hate to say it, I don't think there's going to be a next year for this team. This feels like the last dance, even without the championships. It's just what it feels like, especially when there is just so much on the line with this team. Josh Naylor expiring as a free agent. Eugenio Suarez, free agent. Randy Arozarena, arbitration. We've got George Kirby on arbitration. Logan Gilbert also on arbitration. So there is a lot on the line, which is why I got to keep this season continuing. And now we're at 1-1 and a big swing and a miss. And that is going to be strike 2. He thought he had that one, but it's clear he's just trying to go for home run ball, which is really not necessary. And why is Randy literally just sitting there at first base? You got to be more aggressive. Try to go to second base. Get that stolen base. Stolen bases are easy to come by. If Josh Naylor's doing it, then what's stopping you from doing it? You have the speed. Just do it. Now we're at 1-2 for Cal Raleigh. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low. That's going to be a strike 3. And now it's going to be 2 outs already. And now it's going to be, next up to the plate is going to be Julio Rodriguez. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Already in the bottom of the 8th inning, there's already 2 outs. Like, we got to stop doing with this home run thing. Just try to get singles. And Randy should be stealing. Why aren't you stealing? Steal the base. And now here's the pitch. And he's still trying to hit a home run. Why are they going for home runs? This is not the home run derby. Now we're at 0-2 for Julio. He's probably going to strike out at this point with the way he's approaching. And time has been called. Now we're at 0-2. Let's go, Julio. Let's make it work. Let's make it happen. Now the 0-2. What are you doing? This is not the home run derby. You had Randy Arozarena at first base. He's just sitting on his ass, not even stealing. Like, what are you doing? So frustrating. Randy should have been stealing. Like, getting home runs is really not that easy to get. I know you have the talent to do it. Why do we have to get this thing into extra? Why can't this be any easier? You don't have to. They don't have to hit home runs. It's just not necessary. It's completely unnecessary. Oh, why does this game have to be so frustrating? Just beyond me. Like, Cal Raleigh was literally just going for bombs. Julio was just going for bombs. Like, I think Edgar and Kevin Seitzer really should be talking to them and say, hey, you don't have to hit home runs. And we are back from the break. I couldn't be any more privileged to do this Mariners game. I just couldn't. Glad to be here so I can potentially witness history, or just witness just absolute disappointment, which could easily happen at any time. Back from the break from Seattle. And now here is Spencer Torkelson. Now the pitch, and it's low for a ball. And if the Mariners can get out of this inning, out of this top of the inning, then they'll have a chance to just walk it off, so they don't need anyone to close this game. As now we're at 1-0 for Spencer Torkelson. And the pitch, way inside for a ball. That's going to be 2-0. Just want to witness history. Like, all I can say is there's just no guarantees. There's no guarantees for next year. The time is now. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike one. I just realized that Munoz is on 2-1. Mariners are now at a 53% chance to win this game, but I wouldn't buy it one bit. And now the 2-1, and that's going to be a foul ball, and that is going to be strike two. I have some people. Where are all my Twitter people? Where's all my YouTube people? And where's all my Twitch people? As now we're at 2-2. Icy Toxic, how you doing? Now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Hit the dirt and the throw to first. That's going to be in time. And now we got people coming in. Got Scott the Pilot, Icy Toxic 666. How are you all doing today? Thank you for being here. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification, donate to this channel. The goal is still 50. I am glad to be a part of this. I just came home from my softball game, won a championship because the other game forfeited because of the rain conditions. I'll take it. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a liner right to Crawford. And that is going to be 2 outs. Now we got Zach McKinstry up to the plate. And Zach McKinstry could do some damage. Yeah, I know. It is a win. I was happy because I was like, finally, I can just go home. The pitch. Cal is not hitting. Cal struck out because he's just so obsessed with going for home runs. He knows that the regular season's over, right? Now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike, and that's going to be 1-1. Zach McKinstry is now fighting with a 1-1. The pitch, swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. Now you really got to get this out. You don't want to give them any kind of an opportunity for any kind of a home run. So let's get this done. Let's do this. And now here is the 1-2. And now here is the pitch. Way outside for a ball. Still 2-2. And they are on their feet, screaming their lungs out. Now it's 2-2. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will retire the side. We are going into the bottom of the 9th inning, and excuse me, I need some water. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thing.
I am back. Yep, there's a chance. As of now, it's too far out for Cal Raleigh to hit, but right now I don't want him to hit. He's just approaching all about the home runs, where it's like, just play the dang small ball. And we are back from the break. And to say that this game is intense is an absolute understatement. Game 5 of the American League Division Series. We are here in the bottom of the 9th inning. And now here is it's just a Vest. He is now the relief pitcher for the Detroit Tigers. And obviously, I'm not going to look at the score because, well, there's reasons for it. The hitter is going to be Jorge Polanco going up against Vest. Vest is a obviously relief pitcher. Well, wait, he's already been on 21 pitches. He struck out 2 guys, Julio and Cal Raleigh and JP. He's a 3.01 guy. And now we are at the pitch. Now here it is. And that is a strike. And of course, they just watch the good ones. They never they always swing at the bad ones, but always leave the good ones. Now we're at 0-1 for Polanco. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to center field. And of course, Parker Meadows catches it. Parker Meadows got that nerdy face. And now that's going to be 1 out. The Mariners have really got to hurry up and just win, because you do not want to go in the extras, because now I wonder what's the Mariners' record in extras. Suarez has a chance to be hero. And now here's the pitch. Way inside for a ball. If it's 3-0, I'm giving him red light for sure. I mean, if you look at the splits in extra innings, they are a 10-11 team. They are just not that good. The 1-0 pitch, and that is going to be a strike. Of course, you're not going to swing at the good ones. That's just the way it works for the Mariners. It's just the way it works. As now we're at 1-1 for Eugenio Suarez. And now we are looking at next pitch, and now here it is. And that's going to be a foul ball right down the middle. It's just frustrating that he swung at a good one. He can't even get any kind of good contact. It just settles for a foul ball. Like, after just one out, you're already feeling like, as he got under it too. Now we're at 1-2, the pitch, and still a foul ball on the inside. He literally had to swing at that one because they would have called that. I think he was going to call it strike 3 anyway. Now we're at 1-2 for Eugenio Suarez. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. And yeah, believe it or not, they're saying that Eugenio Suarez actually did play for the Detroit Tigers. He was part of breaking the drought of 2022 playoffs. And now the 2-2 pitch. And of course, strike 3. It's like undisciplined swinging. So frustrating to watch. Third strikeout. Suarez has just been nothing less than a liability on this team. I mean, I love the guy. Good vibes only. But his bat is certainly showing bad vibes only. And now we got Josh Naylor up to the plate. He's batting 2 for 3 with a double, a single, and he scored in a run himself by Mitch Garver. And now the pitch. Way upside for a ball, and that is going to be ball 1. Like, again, you don't want to go into extra innings because I think the Tigers might actually be a good team going into extra innings. And now here's the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. I'm just here to literally, not just for the fans, but just for myself, just to try to witness some kind of history. Tigers are 5-8 in extra innings. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. And these ridiculous check swings are just driving me nuts. I think Suarez just forgot how to hit singles. As now we're at 2-1. Mariner fans are really feeling it just as much as I am. Now we're at 2-1. And now here's the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be a line drive base hit into right center field. And now we got the winning run on first base, and the next batter is going to be Leo Rivas, Mr. Clutch, who has done this before. He has hit a walk-off home run, and now he has an opportunity to be the hero, which he has. Oh, and AJ Hinch, he's going to pull the guy out, isn't he? Or he's having a chatter with him. He's talking to the team. Going up against Leo Rivas. The Tigers at one point were the best team in baseball. And then all of a sudden on August 24th, something happened where they went on really just tough streaks, including a 8-game losing streak where they lost literally their entire division. They were up 5.5 games, and all of a sudden they lost it to the Cleveland Guardians, but then they beat them anyway in the playoffs. And now here's Rivas, who is 1 for 1. Winner goes to Toronto, and now here is the pitch, and that is going to be a strike. And if I'm Josh Naylor, maybe try to see if he can get that stolen base. Why not? Give Rivas something more to work with. As now we're at 0-1. And the throw to first, and you know that they're just going to keep their eyes on him. Detroit Tigers, I believe in all of their runs of the playoffs in the past recent years, it has included beating AL West teams. Now the pitch, and a swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. Want to go back all the way to the 2006 Tigers. They beat the Oakland A's to get to the World Series. Rivas trying to keep this alive. They even beat the Texas Rangers in 2011. Or no, they lost to the Texas Rangers in the championship series. So it's not like every single time, but a lot of the times. They even beat up Oakland in 2012, and now here is going to be the 0-2. And now here is the pitch. And strike three called, and you knew that he was going to call that a strike three, and that is going to retire the side. And now we go into the top of the inning, and he just watched it go by, and that could have been his pitch. I don't know why he's not swinging at that. They're like, the Mariners have the audacity to swing at really bad pitches, and they also have the audacity to just watch the good pitches just go by. Just absolutely ridiculous. Now we're just going to extra innings, where this is where things can get really out of control for the Mariners, which is why they're going to put in their starters, because they really just want to get into the American League Championship Series. Meanwhile, the Blue Jays are just resting and chilling because the Yankees were pretty much useless. Like, who would have thought the Yankees were just going to bow out that quickly to the Toronto Blue Jays? So we're going to have to see where this goes. Last year, they lost in the division series, and now they're tied in the division series. And let's look at game one and see what that looked like. So we're going into the top of the 10th inning, and this is where extra innings, of course, it has to be extra innings, because that's the way the Mariners want to be. They just want to make this game too exciting. "30 years ago, Randy Johnson, he came in. And look at that. We got Logan Gilbert. He is now going to be pitching for the Mariners. He's pitching out of relief, and oh my gosh. Mariners have won the division in 1995, 1997, and 2001 and 2025. But I'm not settling for anything less than a World Series for this team. That should be the expectation every single season. In game 3, he pitched outstanding with 7 strikeouts. And now here's Dylan Dingler up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. You need a Scott the Pilot, you need a Torres home run just for underdog, a payout of 308. Too bad for you. As now we're at 0-1. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball, and that is going to be 1-1. Just to think that the Mariners were just they were just one decision away from going to the American League Championship Series. And now here is the 1-1. And that's going to be a foul ball, way to put him at strike 2. Logan Gilbert's has also had a very up and down season. He was injured sometime in April. You need a Cal Raleigh home run as well. Did you do a parlay, man? As now we're at 1-2. You might have bet like $5, huh? Now the 1-2 pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right center field. And here is Julio. He gets it. He makes the catch. That was right to the warning track. And it seems like the way that the Tigers are hitting, it feels like it's only a matter of time. They're just a ticking bomb waiting to explode. Yeah, Carpenter, yeah, he's the reason why the Tigers have very much been in this series. Now we got Parker Meadows, another potential Mariners killer. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. Meadows is 0 for 3. He's been batting only 148 in this postseason. In the regular season, he was batting 215 with 4 home runs. And now here is the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, and that's going to be strike one. Parker Meadows has been with this organization on the pro level since 2023. He was probably in the minors for some time. Just looking at Parker Meadows' numbers. And they're calling for a fastball. Now here is the 1-1. And that's going to be a foul ball. That was a splitter, by the way, AJ Pierzynski, if that's you doing all the talking and the yapping. He was in the minor league system for quite some time. He started when he was 18 years old, and he did not get a professional play until 23 years old in 2023. And now here is the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three, and that is going to be 2 outs. Logan Gilbert has been pitching pretty well so far. And if the Mariners do get out of this inning, it is going to be Victor Robles, J.P. Crawford, and Randy Arozarena, the guys that don't have to be necessarily home run dependent. And now here is Javier Baez, another reason why the Tigers are in this game very well. The pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to left center field. And Julio was there, and he makes the catch in an easy 1-2-3 inning for the Seattle Mariners. I don't know about so easy because one of those went to the warning track. It's going to be Victor Robles, J.P. Crawford, and Randy Arozarena. We got Marley posting some things off the Twitch. Very interesting. And after the show, I have Jay Trident podcast coming on after this game. And let's see where this goes. We're on commercial break, and I need some breathingness. Commercial break is still ongoing, is it? And we are back from the break. Let's finish this, shall we? No, I don't want I want this game to be over and over with so we can get to the American League Championship Series. If that's even going to happen. It's going to be bottom of the 10th inning. 2-2. Now here's Victor Robles. Just drop the bunt. Now here's the pitch. Now here's going to be a liner, and that is going to be a base hit going in the right field. And Victor Robles is going to second base, and there is not really much of a throw. And now already we got a runner in scoring position. So basically we have it's kind of like they just made their own ghost runner at second base. And now we got a runner in scoring position with nobody out. And it's going to be up to J.P. Crawford. And what I'm thinking is drop the bunt to get Victor Robles to third base. Let's do something like that. That was on the first pitch, and that was small ball. That was the only thing I was really excited about going to the bottom of the lineup is these guys are more of a small ball players. Now here's JP Crawford, and now here's the pitch, and he's trying to drop the bunt, and that's going to be a ball. This is Melton. He is now on the mound for the Detroit Tigers. We're at 1-0. And now here's the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That's going to be 2-0. And oh my goodness. You're just feeling the nerves, aren't you? I am feeling absolute nerves all over my body. Just shaking every single time I can. As we are at 2-0. And then the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is going to be 2-1. I would get JP Crawford to third base if you can. Well, I mean, Victor Robles. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Like, why are we going for home runs? Like, the way you're swinging, you're not a home run hitter. Just drop the bunt. Well, now you can't because now it's 2 strikes. Like, if the Mariners really... Here's my prediction. If the Mariners don't score with this kind of momentum that they have, Tigers have the momentum after that. As now we're at 2-2. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. He didn't even have to swing at that one. And now it's going to be 2-2. Randy Arozarena up on deck. And the downside of this is now you're going to have guys that are just going to be going for home runs rather than just get a simple hit. And now here's a 2-2 for JP Crawford. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and that's not going to move anywhere. There's a kind of bit of a running thing, and it drops. But it was still a really bad swing by JP Crawford, and now he is at 2-2. But JP doesn't really, he seems to be ignoring the idea that you can still win on the small ball. And now we're at 2-2. Was not really down for that. But yeah, number 39, McKinstry, really just didn't really have an angle to catch that. Now we're at 2-2. Fans are really holding it just like this. And now we're looking at the 2-2 pitch, and here it is. And now here's going to be a broken bat, and that's just going to be popped up. JP Crawford's terrible. This is why Cole Emerson's gunning for your job. And now we've got one out. Yeah, I mean, steal third. That wasn't a crazy idea. And now we've got man on second still. Victor Robles is stuck there. At this point, just try to steal for third. Now here's Randy Arozarena, the pitch, low for a ball. And why are these Mariners just not stealing bases? Just steal. Arozarena is now 0 for 3, only has 1 RBI. He was hit by the pitch. And now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And it's going to be a check swing and foul ball. I just hate the swinging approach. As now we're at 1-1. We don't have to hit a home run. Just hit it. Make it simple. A single can get him in. And now the 1-1 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. He had to swing at that one. Again, you don't need a home run. You just poke it somewhere, and Victor Robles will have a really good chance of scoring. That's all I'm going to say. As now we're at 1-2. I am shaking. And now here's the 1-2. Way up high for a ball, and that is going to be 2-2. Melton working with, he had a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. 12 pitches in for Melton. Arozarena's 0 for 3. And now the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be popped up and fouled. It's a huge battle for Randy Arozarena against Melton. And the chant of Randy continues, as it should. Scooball did his job. He had like 13 strikeouts. And now the 2-2 pitch. And a foul ball again continues to battle. And the drama just absolutely continues. And by the way, I just saw that Randy Rosarena struck out because ESPN is just way too ahead. Struck out swinging, of course. Yeah, he already struck out, so I already know what's going on. And now it's Julio Rodriguez. And let me remind you, Julio, again, you don't have to hit a home run. Or I'm sorry, Cal Raleigh. Listen to me very carefully. You don't have to hit a home run. You don't have to. Oh, they're going for the intentional walk. Okay, Julio, you don't have to hit a home run. Just poke it somewhere. But deep down, I know you're not going to because you're a choke. But you just gotta just poke it anywhere, and you will get Robles home. He has the feet to do it. But he is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and a flyout. Now it's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and once again, he's doing it again. I'm going to text one of my friends going, even J.P. Crawford was trying to hit a home run. Now we're at 0-1 for Julio. And now here's the pitch. Now here's going to be a grounder, and that's just going to go to first base, and Julio definitely did not hustle on that. Absolute choke job by Julio Rodriguez. And now we've got Kerry Carpenter, Gleyber Torres. Those are your next batters. They're cooked, man. I know that there are people out there that, oh, you got to be positive. It doesn't. My positivity is not going to transform this team to winning a baseball game. That's not how it works. It's up to them. Can't believe this is the tie ball game. This game should be over by now. Like, everyone's hearts will be broken if the Mariners lose this. But there's always next year, right? Nope. Let me remind you again. Eugenio Suarez, a free agent. Josh Naylor, free agent. Randy Arozarena, $18 million arbitration. George Kirby, $5 million arbitration, and that can't last forever. He can't be cheap forever. Logan Gilbert, it's on a $10 million arbitration. Someone's bound to get traded, or someone is bound to maybe get a contract extension, or maybe all three of them get traded. What about the rest of the division? Houston's bound to have a bounce back. They might get Kyle Tucker back. They might get Alex Bregman back. There's a lot of reasons to be concerned for next season, which is why win the whole damn thing now. There is no next year. There's not enough. There's too much to bank on for next year. When you're talking about next year, you're banking on that. You're bringing everyone back. You're adding to the talent that they have. And they're also banking on the fact that everything goes well and everyone's actually playing up to their level too. Just too much is on the line to even bank on next year. What needs to be banked on is that, oh man. Yeah, Julio didn't really run for that at all. Why is JP bunting yeah, AJ Pierzynski even said drop the bunt, which he should have. And Logan Gilbert's still on the mound to Kerry Carpenter. You got to find a way to get this guy out. Otherwise, I would have just taken the bat away from him. And that is a strike. Kerry Carpenter has been the absolute Mariner killer. He's batting .267 in the postseason, but he's been killing the Mariners when it needed the most. He hit a 2-run home run. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, and you can tell that Logan Gilbert's not trying to give him anything easy. Let's look at the numbers between Kerry Carpenter and Logan Gilbert. Kerry Carpenter versus Logan Gilbert. And now here is the 1-1. Outside for a ball. They're really pitching conservatively on him. He is 1 for 2. against Logan Gilbert. Due up is going to be Gleyber Torres and then Spencer Torkelson. It's going to be 2-1 on Kerry Carpenter. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get right through for a base hit. And now that's going to be 4 for 4. You're fortunate enough that he didn't do any more damage after that. And now it just seems like it's only a matter of time until the Tigers possibly can take this lead with the lead run on first base. If the Mariners are to lose this game, it's not because of Logan Gilbert blows it. It's going to be because the Mariners are terrible about their hitting approach. Just always going for home runs when they don't have to. Talk about an undisciplined batting. Now the pitch to Torres, and that's going to be a foul ball. That did look scary for just a moment. The way that they're making contact just so effortlessly, it seems, you just feel like it's only a matter of time until they score. Torkelson's up on deck, who honestly, yeah, he's on deck. Kerry Carpenter at first base. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball foul. That's going to be 0-2. And I would say take your time. Don't give him a good one. Try to trick him. Go into the dirt if you have to. Montero is in the bullpen. Now we're at 0-2 for Torres. And now the pitch. And that gets away. And then Cal Raleigh had no idea what was going on for a moment. And now you got runner in scoring position. Like Cal Raleigh just wasn't paying attention. And now we got a runner on second base. And I'm telling you, there is not going to be a next year. And Cal Raleigh somehow, I have no idea what he was thinking. And now we're at 1-2. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to right field, but Robles is there and he makes the catch. And is anyone tagging? No one's tagging, thank God. And now it's going to be Riley Green, who is 0 for 4, by the way. I mean, if you look at everyone, there's only been 5 hits, and 4 of them have been owned by Kerry Carpenter. And looks like they're going to walk Green because they just want to hit that double play. They just want to try to force that double play, as they should. Yep, I absolutely agree. But it's going to be Spencer Torkelson. And let's see what Spencer Torkelson does against Logan Gilbert. Spencer Torkelson versus Logan Gilbert. Doesn't say how he does against him, but I'm going to figure it out, as now we are at Spencer Torkelson. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a liner and fouled. Man, this is just getting dangerous, man. He's a 125 hitter, so the matchup is in the favor for Logan Gilbert. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. Mark, I couldn't agree with you more. It does feel that way. Time to prepare the mask, the paper bag mask. I feel it too. Now we're at 0-2 for Spencer Torkelson. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball. Tigers are really threatening. What's really embarrassing is that you see that the Tigers are just trying to play small ball. They're not trying to hit a home run. They're just trying to I don't know. Torres got out. Now we're at 1-2, and now the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball again. Battered fan syndrome, playoff edition. Sounds about right. Like the Mariners are just trying to greedingly go for home runs, but instead, the Tigers are just trying to play small ball. That's what AJ Hinch is all about. It proves that managers do matter. Now we're at 2-2 for Torkelson. I hate saying his name so much. And now the 2-2 pitch. And that's going to be a ground ball foul. I almost just want to know what happens next. I just want to be spoiled at this point because, no, like, if this season's over, I'm not going to be relieved one bit. We're at 2-2 for Torkelson. I don't know if we can really get this guy out, and Torkelson takes time. Fans are booing, which I don't blame them. John Morosi is making a tweet saying that the standing ovation for Kirby was passionate, but wasn't a good move either. As now we're at 2-2 for Spencer Torkelson. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up, and he spikes his bat, and that's not going to move anyone anywhere. And Rosarena makes the catch, and that's going to be 2 outs. And next up is going to be Colby Keith, who is also 0 for 3. But it seems that the Tigers just might be due. I just cannot take this. It's the awkward moment where my softball game on a high leverage situation was much calmer than this, where we won 15-1, won the championship, only to just rush my way home to watch this, to possibly have my heart broken. Oh, wow. Just realized that this is Logan Gilbert's first ever professional relief appearance, and it looks like Luis Castillo might be available as well. I love this guy. Season slipping away hard. Haha. Trying to stay negative so something positive happens. I need that Rooftop Joe crack. It's Rooftop Sports, Mark. And head over to my YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button when you get the opportunity. And now here's Colt Keith up to the plate. Still can be a dangerous hitter. Everyone in the Tigers are dangerous at this point. They're all pesky hitters. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is strike one. Nice slider by Logan Gilbert. And that's going to be 0-1. 2 strikes away from going into the 12th inning, or the bottom of the 11th. And it doesn't have to be this way, but that's what they want to do. The 0-1 for Colby Keith. And that's going to be a strike. And you know that this crowd is really going to get up on their feet. And why does one more feel like 10? Just end this already. Let's get the guys in extra innings and take it home. Now we are at 0-2 for Logan Gilbert, or for Colby Keith. It's going to be 0-2. See if they can get this done. So stressed out. And now the 0-2 pitch. Way outside for a ball. It was very clutch that Logan was able to jam up the last 2 outs. Torres, and I believe Torkelson. Yep. Rally hats, I guess. Go Mariners indeed. We're at 1-2. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that's going to retire the side. Logan Gilbert gets him out. Gets out of that insane jam. And I got to go to the bathroom, or else I'm just going to, well, you know. Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful clean crust.
Mark, I will not even be able to answer the phone because I will still be doing this show. But I guess I do have an idea. Let me try something because I did just download an app. It's called The Burner. If you want, I can give the opportunity to take calls. If anyone wants to take calls, I have the phone number. Fritz, I agree. Just make it stop. It's really annoying, isn't it? And we are back from the break, and finally, I don't have to be as stressed for the time being, but Mariners have got to win now. Oh, come on. Are they really going to just gaze about Edgar Martinez and the double? Just make it stop. Let's make some new history. Stop dwelling on things. Did that happen in the 11th inning, by the way? Only fitting that Joey Cora's on the Tigers. We have everyone in the same building. That's just insane. And now here is Jorge Polanco. And now the pitch. Why? That was a horrible pitch to begin with. Strike one. Like, that was just not necessary. Montero's a 4.37 ERA guy. So maybe there's an opportunity. We're in the bottom of the 11th. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. It happened in the bottom of the 11th where Edgar Martinez hit the double. We're at 0-2 for Polanco. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, and that's going to be 1-2. It's time to start popping heart meds like Tic Tacs. Yeah, pretty much. We got Melton out. That guy's nasty. Yeah, he was. And yep, thank you for the money. Thanks for the tip, Fritz. Now we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a fly ball to deep right center field. And Parker Meadows is right there. And he makes the catch. That's going to be one out. I have 11 people on the Twitch, 8 people on YouTube. Help me get, now my magic number is 40. Oh no, Suarez is up.
All right, guys, goodbyes only. Don't...
That's how I feel about Suarez getting up. And now the pitch, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, and you can always guarantee that's going to be 2 outs. You've had my pizza, and it's great memory, and it's really good. Are you still in Snoqualmie? On Mondays and Tuesdays, you can get 50% off for those pizzas. And now we're at 0-1, and now here's the pitch. And this time he doesn't swing at it, and that's going to be ball 1 for Gino Suarez. We're at 1-1. Fritz, I won't accept it, though, if they lose that way. You know what I mean? The 1-1, way outside for a ball. You don't really care what happens. That's how bad this game has really gotten. I love it. Mariners have struck out 18 times, by the way. Now we're at 2-1. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball, 3-1. And, dude, Montero, if I were you, just throw a fastball right on the upper inside corner. He's going to fall for it for sure. You can just throw it like out of the stadium. He'll still swing at it. And now we're at 3-1. And now the pitch. And popped up, and he just gets it jammed. And it's only a matter of time it gets down. And yep, that is going to be 2 outs. That is Torres who makes the catch. And now it's going to be Leo Rivas. And honestly, yeah, we're in a deep hole because you've got Rivas. And sure, if he gets on base, can you really trust Robles and Crawford to get it done, especially when Crawford's being stubborn and just trying to hit home runs? Oh, wait, it's Josh Naylor up to the plate. My bad. Josh Naylor has a chance, and now here is the pitch, and that is outside for a ball. Fritz, you're strangely at peace with all this. If they can't get this done, they're not a good team and deserve a first-round exit. You are not 100% wrong. I'm not gonna judge you for that. Because now we're at 1-0. Now here is the pitch, way outside for a ball. Something I'm considering to do, I'm considering to have phone lines open. If anyone wants to vent their frustration on the game, you let me know. As now we're at 2-0, and now here is the pitch. Oh, and that's going to be a swing and a miss, and that's going to be 2-1. He was really going for that home run. It is now 2-1 for Josh Naylor. Got Leo Rivas up to the plate. What Naylor can do, if he can't hit the home run, hit the double, so maybe Rivas can get you a clutch hit and just bring you in because he's already done it. As now we're at 2-1 for Naylor, who was 3 for 4. Now the pitch, and he fouled it. Why? Mark, why'd you even say that? You gave me a heart attack. The only thing they are doing is being good at catching the ball, pretty much, and giving outs away to the Tigers. Just keep poking the Tiger. They just keep doing. Now we're at 2-2. Fans are really feeling it. I'm feeling it too. And just look at my paint on my face. Now we're at 2-2. Shoes on the head. I don't believe in that. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a foul ball. You just cannot go into the top of the 12th. You just can't do it. You can't. I'm not ready to end this season. I'm just not. I will go through the 5 stages of grief if the Mariners lose. It'll be denial because I can't believe it. Anger because I'm angry they lost. Bargaining because I'm going to somehow think that everything's going to be okay. 4, depression because I'm going to be depressed. And 5, acceptance because I'll accept that they're going to blow it up going into next season. Now we're at 2-2. I don't even want to think about the ALCS. I just want to think about winning this game. This is torture. Baseball is torture for Seattle. As now we're at 2-2 for Josh Naylor. What can he really do? And now the 2-2 pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be 3-2. That was on a knuckle curve. 15 pitches for Montero. He has taken care of the first 2 batters on flyouts. As now we're at 3-2. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball right to Baez. Throw to first in time. I'm just going to
Since 2022, I have been building the Rooftop Sports YouTube channel, and I want to thank all of you for your support and engagement. Without all of you, there is no Rooftop Sports. Now, if you would like to take your support to the next level, join my exclusive YouTube membership program for just $5 a month. Get first access to new videos, ad-free content, and exclusive insights from my fantasy sports, as I do play many fantasy sports leagues. Plus, follow along with my softball seasons like never before. You also get access to my own emojis to use to comment on my videos and my live streaming shows. For just $5 per month, become a bigger part of my community and get ready for unparalleled sports experience. Let's do this.
All right, who else do we got? See, I mean, they are just not a good team. They've improved absolutely none since game 3. 22 exactly, slightly, yep. Carbon copy of 22. Joe, you are losing it, but I support it. I thank you. I appreciate that very much. Means a lot to me, sir, brother. How about this? Oh, I'm like, no, I don't. You know, I have like very little confidence in this team. As much as I love this team, I can now almost understand why some tough parents are tough on their kids and they don't feel faith because they keep making mistakes. Yep. I might actually get that. I get it. Oh, we're back from the break, and Gilbert's pitching again. He's not going to be available anymore at this point. Here's McKinstry 0 for 4. Now the pitch. Oh, boy, up high for a ball. And, yeah, he's definitely losing some zip on his fastball, so I don't think he's going to last that long. But we should definitely see where his fastball is at. It's at 94 miles an hour. That's where you're going to be forced to be pitching all those breaking stuff because the fastball just may not do it anymore at this point. As now we're at 1-0. And now this is the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And that was a slider, 86 mile an hour slider. Scott, the pilot, said this is not a good game for anything right now. Bizzardo's in the bullpen. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. And he tops it out to a 96 mile an hour fastball. So I'd say if it's more than a 95, then at least just keep him there. Now, if it goes below 95, then sure, maybe consider, it's up to you to make that decision. And now here's the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball, and this could be trouble. Cutting it. No! What are you doing? No one was hustling on that one, but it was a really just lame dribbler. That's the thing. Why can't the Mariners do that? But no, they want to go for home runs. That's all they want to do is home runs, but not like pitches, hits like that. Oh my goodness. Naylor was, yeah, because there wasn't really much of an angle. I wonder if Dan Wilson's just going to get him out of there. But I don't know if you can trust Bizzardo. But they're going to keep him in there. I mean, all these hitters are dangerous. And Raleigh's going to go up and have a little talk with him. See, it doesn't matter. They're going to get a fluke run at some point. It doesn't matter. They're not scoring another run. Calm down, Rooftop. Accept what it is meant to be. Oh, Fritz, I love you for that. I know, maybe it isn't meant to be. It's like what happened after 95. That wasn't meant to be, I guess. Mariners being a dynasty in the making in 96. Or should have been. But no, we had to settle to watch. Instead of enjoying a possible 96 World Series champion by the Mariners, we had to settle for this. This. A videotape saying, giving him a pat on the back saying, oh, look at our offense. We're so cool, but we're not going to tell you how bad our pitching was. Yeah, that's what they did after 95. Now here's Dingler, who is 0 for 4. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be up high for a ball. No reason to pull him. He hit it at 5 miles an hour. Do whatever you want. They're not scoring. The Tigers at some point, the Tigers will. Acceptance is one of the phrases. Yep, in the 5 stages of grief. Now we're at 1-0, the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. Now I have 15 people on this show. hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you enjoy watching the Mariners getting their butts kicked eventually. Because Mariners just refuse to score. How about that? Instead of refuse to lose, they refuse to win. Now we're at 1-1. And now here's the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball. And that's going to be a base hit. You saw no effort from Suarez and Crawford. And now we got runners on first and second with nobody out. And I repeat, nobody out. I really wish my softball game. And yep, here comes Dan Wilson. He has seen enough. Yep, yeah. Refuse to accept reality. Refuse to win. Seattle Mariners refuse to win. Refuse to win. They're you just feel like they just already scored this run. It was going to end this way. Don't buy into something and watch something every night that is doomed from day one. I don't know. But maybe they'll make another videotape like this. You gotta love these guys. 2025. We made it to the division series. The thing is, if Mariners lose, they're gonna get some stupid standing ovation for what? A division. You know, for the Dodgers and the Yankees and the Astros, them winning a division is like a yearly thing that is easily taken for granted. For us, it's like a World Series. That's how the fans are going to settle for. They're going to be like, that's okay. We won the division. There's always next year. There isn't going to be a next year. This team is going to get purged to pieces. I just don't want to watch this. I 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 can't look. Oh, Fritz, I don't blame you for even saying any of this. And sometimes it's not so much of the roster. I think you could have had Pete Alonso and a bunch of other superstars, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Shohei Ohtani, but they're still somehow going to screw it up. And we are back from the break. Brewers fan here. Also disgusted by the attitude of the Gee Whiz. We got close. Clap, clap, clap. That's loser talk. Yup. Oh, did the Brewers lose to the Cubs? Is that what just happened? Please don't tell me that just happened. You still have a game tomorrow, Buster. Which I plan to do that game. Yep, one game left. We got to do a double play. And Naylor is just too shallow. Now here is Parker Meadows, and they're going for the bunt, and that's going to be a foul ball. Thank goodness. Mariners literally refuse to win. They're still disagree. They go with volatile power hitters. It's the fault of the guys who builds the team. That is fair enough, too. That's also fair enough to say. As we're at 0-1. Also, what is Kevin Seitzer and Edgar Martinez doing? Why are they allowing them to just... And why isn't Dan Wilson calling for bunts? Why are they... Doesn't have to be this way. They had a 2-1 series lead, and they're on the verge of just completely blowing it. As now we're at 0-1. And now here's the... Oh! That was nearly a balk right there. The thing is, if Parker Meadows, out of all players, gets this, you're going to lose to a guy who is a 215 hitter, the pitch, and he goes for the bunt and maybe should be easy. Whoa! That just cut it close. And how about... Oh, my God. I think the Tigers just won on this one. You got Baez. You can't intentionally walk him. And if you do, you're going to have Kerry Carpenter, who is 4 for 4. I don't know how you can get out of this. Oh, no, this is not good. The pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball, and it's just literally anything that goes into the outfield. I don't know. Crimson, I don't know. Who are you? I'm too stressed out to even care who is commenting right now. Because now we're at 0-1. And now here's the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball. And now the throw to the plate. And that's going to be in time. And you get the play at home. And that's going to be 2 outs. And that means you can just don't give the bat to Kerry Carpenter. Do not pitch to Kerry Carpenter. And that was on a broken bat, too. Yep, you just feel that it's only a matter of time. Just tuned in. Looks like the most Mariner playoff game to ever play. Agreed. They are related because, Mariners and Brewers are related because of the fact that they used to be the 1969 Pilots. The Brewers were. Oh, Fritz, you're really doubling down, aren't you? I don't blame you. Crimson, are you at the game? Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Walk the guy. Walk Kerry Carpenter. There you go. You have to. But now the bases are loaded. Crimson, you don't wish you were at this game. You don't want to blow $500 to $1,000 just to feel like this in a stadium. Nope, I'd rather be at home. I made $2 for this. I'm okay with that. And now we're at 0 for 4 is Gleyber Torres. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. And pay $120 to park. That is so true. You need a hit here. Be quiet. Now we're at 0-1. And now here is the pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball. It was clearly a ball. There was nothing to frame on that one. And now we're at 1-1. Oh, Tyler, how you Crimson, now I know who you are. Now we're at 1-1. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball, strike 2. Why does one strike have to feel like 10? And Crimson, all I can say is this. I am the best Mariner YouTuber when I want to be. Now we're at 1-2 for Torres. Got to get out of this jam, or else if they score 1 run or even a half run or a 0.1, it's over. And now we're at 1-2 for Bizzardo. I've already won my softball championship. Give me an ALCS trip. 0 for 4. Now the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball. Should do it for the inning. Just don't drop it. We are going to the bottom of the 12th inning. They got out of this jam. Woo! Woo! Oh my goodness. Ah. 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 Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, here.
Now sizzling at Apollo Mediterranean Greek Food, come enjoy our flat-top grilled Greek chicken and beef, Slovaki tender, juicy and bursting with Mediterranean flavor, served with savory yellow rice, fresh daily cut veggies for our crisp salads, homemade hummus, plus warm pita, and our signature tzatziki, perfect for a fresh filling meal made with care. Cold beer available. Order now at apollogreekfood.com. Come visit us for a delicious meal and a cold beer. We'd love to serve you.
That is why I am not done with this season. I want to do this for at least one more week of being overly dramatic. I am so intense that I don't even want to count how many streams I have done. Screw this. I'm going to count how many streams I've done this season. This game doesn't have to be this intense. It really doesn't have to be this way. It really doesn't. This is my 74th stream of the season. 74. By the way, Crimson, you were the one that wrung out this Sony camera, I think. And I think you wrung out this microphone, I'm pretty sure. That's all I'm going to say. And I wish you were still working at that store. Now, do I wish I was still working at that store? I hate to say it, no. As much as I loved it there, I needed to get out of there so I can do more streams like this. And we are back from the break. And now here is Leo Rivas up to the plate. And now the pitch. And my stream just froze for a second. You fools. As we're at 0-1. And the TV feed is dying on me. Now it's back. As we're at 0-1. And now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And that is 1-1. At this point, I'm a little bit more calm. Yeah, this is better. I mean, Crimson, I think we know the real reason why I'm not there anymore. It's because of stuff like this. As now we're at 0-2 for Leo Rivas. Yep, 0-2. And now here is the pitch. Oh, how do you not call that a strike? Woo! Now that is 1-2 on Montero. This is the craziest day I've ever had. As now we're at 1-2. And now here's the pitch. Oh, fouled back. Here's the type of day I've had. I worked early at like 6:45 in the morning. Then I did some exercise. Then I did some training. Then I visited a field just to see if the fields were playable. Then I went back. Then I did some real estate things. Then I went back to work just for about an hour and a half just to make sure my team's okay. The 1-2 pitch outside for a ball. Then I play softball, missing this Mariners game at the start of it because I went to get this. And as soon as I won the championship, I just jumped in my car and just bolted like a maniac. And now we're at 2-2. And now here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. He is working the count. I love it. We're at 3-2 for Leo Rivas. Victor Robles is on deck. As now we're at 3-2. Now the pitch. And ball 4, take your base. Now you got Leo Rivas on first base with nobody out. Robles is up to the plate. I am calling you to bunt the dang ball. Oh, the throw to first. Oh, it gets away. Leo, run. Go, 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 go. Go. And the runner in scoring position. He did steal because they threw the ball away. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Yes, Fritz, you are correct. Just please end it so I can. Yeah, because my heart's like like this. As now we're at Robles is at 1 for 4. Can you imagine if this was like the ALCS or the World Series and then and then I cannot look at the screen. And now here's oh, that hit him. It can't be a foul. Why would it be out if it hit his hand? If it hit the hand, it's a fair ball. What does that even mean? It hit the hand. If it hit the hand, you put him in first base. But it hit him anyway. What kind of rule is this? Is Manfred making all these stupid rules? Hit by pitch. That's right. It hit the hand. Oh my God, that hurts. But the Mariners were doomed the second they put on the stupid countdown numbers to the World Series on the side of T-Mobile Park. Andrew, you're not wrong. But doesn't everyone do that? It's the Demo hit by pitch that... Oh, yeah, I remember that. That one was funny. No, too bad. You still hit him. It was the intent. Oh, of course they are. AJ Hinch, you have a World Series. You have it next year. You have nothing to lose this game. Just let this go. Let the Mariners get a chance to win the whole bleeping thing because they're going to blow up this team anyway. Let me just breathe. Let me just have some water. I'm just going to... No, I want this to be hit by pitch just so they can say over reviewing these plays is stop overthinking. Andrew, you're so adorable. That is so funny. Don't make me think of that. Don't give me any ideas. Don't give Oklahoma any ideas, pal. Just be quiet and just tip me. We're in the tipping out of control society after all. This is a good rattle the pitcher long break. Oh no. The call stands? Whoa, what is going on? AJ Hinch is in absolute disbelief. Oklahoma City Mariners does not have a nice ring to it. They're just going to change the name to like the Oklahoma Y'alls, Cowboys. I don't know. The Tornadoes? Luckily, he didn't break his hand. Yeah, that's true. Robles has gone through a lot this season, to say the least. And now we've got JP Crawford. We got JP Crawford. We're just screwed. Just screwed. And now here's the pitch. And now, he goes for a bunt. And that is going to be up high for a ball. I am not even looking at my streaming right now because the scoreboard is too ahead of me. I don't want to be spoiled for the moment, whether it's a win or a loss. And now we're at 1-0. And now here is the pitch. Another bunt attempt outside for a ball. All right. It's going to be 2-0 for Montero to Crawford. He is 0 for 4. They're just trying to do the bunt so they can move the runners, which I would do, and you can still do it. And looks like he is still going to do it. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be outside for a ball. Ball 3, 3-0 to JP Crawford. What do the Mariners have in store for this one? We're at 3-0. And now here's the pitch. Outside. No! And JP Crawford just wants to have words with that umpire. The umpire, hey, umpire, don't you just want to go home? Oh, come on. That was outside. This is why we're doing the ridiculous ABS. The 3-1. And now the pitch. And that's bunt. See, this is what happens when the Mariners don't practice bunting at all. They get this is what happens because they don't bunt enough consistently. See, that's what Lou Piniella preached on. And why didn't Lou Piniella tell Dan Wilson to go for the bunt? Now we're at 3-2 for Crawford. And now here's the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball to left field. And nope. Rivas has to stay. And now we've got Randy Arozarena. And Randy, listen to me. You don't have to hit a home run. Just make it simple. Hit it in the gap somewhere. Go for a single. You can win it with Rivas' feet. We don't need your home run just so you can shoot basketball hoops and do your stupid trident. Just hit a single and get this done and over with. Now we're back into this game. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Ump can't even get the makeup call right. And now we've got 0-1. Oh, my God. It ended in the double play. Now here's the pitch. Now here's a ground ball going to second, going to first. And yep. Okay, let me... Senor, tell me how you make a thin crust Sahara pizza.
With your hands. Cornmeal.
Hello, baseball fans. I'm excited to announce that we are still offering 50% off pizza and 25% off bowling Monday and Tuesdays. Head on over to Snoqualmie Sahara Pizza. This deal will go through May.
And that's how you make a Sahara pizza. Beautiful thin crust.
We are back from the break. And all I can say is the Mariners were gift wrapped on a silver platter, an opportunity. And then JP Crawford trying to go for home runs as usual. And then Randy Arozarena, flashy boy. And doesn't even run. This is why Randy Arozarena is going to be replaceable eventually. I feel you, Fritz. Say it as much as you want. I ain't going to judge you for it. Now here is Riley Green. And that's going to be low for a ball. And now Riley Green is hitting. Bizzardo's still pitching. He's only 8 pitches in. He did get the Mariners out of that jam, but the umpire bailed him out with that hit the bat first. Yeah, they did. And that's going to be a foul ball. It's like literally the umpire was like, in some ways, you almost felt that the umpire was just trying to help. Oh, and Luis Castillo is now in the bullpen. Mariners are just wasting everyone. Even if the Mariners win, they're not going to have anyone left for the ALCS. The pitch, that's going to be a strike, and we're talking only a potential one-day rest. I mean, do we even finish watching the game? They aren't scoring. At some point, the Tigers will. It's true. As we're at 1-2 for Green and the pitch, and that's going to be a foul ball. We wouldn't have had Rivas at all without ump either through Fritz. Yep. Some things got to give. We're living to make mistakes. Too many mistakes as we're at 1-2. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And that is going to be 1 out. First strikeout for Bizzardo. I think. Paint's starting to wear off a little bit. This was my game face paint. Yeah. Yeah, and now here is Bizzardo, and now here is the pitch. And that is Torkelson. It's going to be a foul ball. Someone please out of play. I wonder if Vader can fit this shirt well. I hope he can. Yeah, this game is scary as we're at 0-1. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike, and that's going to be strike 2. And Torkel, oh, my man, look at that fan. He's literally like this. I can't blame you for it, man. As now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Wow, outside for a ball. Yep, Castillo's got to get ready at some point. Now we're at 1-2. Oh, come on. I know what he's trying to do. He's just trying to play tricksters on him, but it may not work on Torkelson, who is 0 for 5, by the way, but he's got to be long due. Now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be popped up and still fouled. Is that going to be playable? Nope. I feel you, Fritz. I get it. I have 500 people on Twitter. Hey, there you are. Hey, Ganix, how's it going? I just won a championship in softball. And I won it with extreme poetic justice. As now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. Outside for a... Just throw strikes. Stop overthinking it. Just... No. Now we're at 3-2. Out of all teams, it just has to be the Tigers. And now the pitch. And strike 3 called. And Ganix, be careful. You're spoiling it for me, but I don't really care anymore. Honestly, I think you can just spoil this when it's on defense. Does it really fit on him? At some point, the Tigers have to score a run. We know we can't. This is such a time-ticking bomb. I know. It's almost like you're poking a bear, too, which is scary. Dan Wilson feeling it. And now the pitch. Low for a ball. Silence doubter. I almost said, I thought it was doubler. As now we're at 1-0. Now here's the pitch. 2-0. Now we're at 2-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. As we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And strike 2. Let's finish this off, man. Let's hope the Tigers are just out of gas. And now we're at 2-2. Low for a ball. And that is going to be 3-2. I know, Crimson. I'm feeling it too. Let's just get this done. Get this over with. Now we're at 3-2. And Cal Raleigh's just trying to freeze him up. It's called Ice the Batter. I know. More like endless electrocution. It's like your conveyor belt slowly moving towards the cauldron of fire and you can't get off. That's what it pretty much is. Endless electrocution. Might as well just be in hell. As now we're at 3-2 for Eduardo Bazardo against Colby Keith. Winner will take on the American League Championship Series against the Blue Jays. And now we're at 3-2. And now the pitch. And strike three called, and Bazardo feels it. And as you can tell, I'm really emotionally drained from this. I'm just trying to save my energy. And here, so many people are on my show right now. How about you just do this for me? Just subscribe to this channel. I mean, subscribe. The membership.
Since 2022, I have been building the Rooftop Sports YouTube channel, and I want to thank all of you for your support and engagement. Without all of you, there is no Rooftop Sports. Now, if you would like to take your support to the next level, join my exclusive YouTube membership program for just $5 a month. Get first access to new videos, ad-free content, and exclusive insights from my fantasy sports, as I do play many fantasy sports leagues. Plus, follow along with my softball seasons like never before. You also get access to my own emojis to use to comment on my videos and my live streaming shows. For just $5 per month, become a bigger part of my community and get ready for unparalleled sports experience. Let's do this.
See is a bunch of Fritz. All I see is just a bunch of strikeouts. That's all I see, man. Literally. That's all I'm seeing. Also, I gotta show you something. I gotta show you this really cool picture. I just gotta find it. If I can find it. I'm gonna upload it. Just gonna add it right here. Who would have thought that I would be covering both the Mariners game? Oh, Fred, you're really just doing it. Same exact thing, please. And we are back from the break. And we are back from the break. Well, I'll show you the pictures after this inning, or maybe if the Mariners win the game. And we are back from the break. And we've got Cal Raleigh up to the plate. And now here is the pitch. Oh, come on. It's just, this game's going to be brain damage. We got Cal Raleigh trying to hit home runs when it's just absolutely not necessary, or just not swing like that, as we're at 0-1. By the way, Flaherty's on the mound. The pitch. Low for a ball. See, that's better. Raleigh has struck out 3 times. And now we're at 1-1 for Cal Raleigh. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be 2-1. As we're at 2-1. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be 3-1. It's the bottom of the 13th inning. I can only imagine how many people are actually watching this game. Both teams just won't die, except the Mariners are trying to. There's no no. The Tigers aren't feeling much danger at all. As we're at 3-1 for the big dumper Cal Raleigh. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. He's like, dude, just go for the walk. Now we're at 3-2. I just need to breathe. A game like this is intense. And now we're at full count, 3-2. The pitch up high for ball 4. Take your base. 20 innings to go to beat the longest game record, if I recall. I think so. Hold on. Okay, Google. What's the longest innings baseball history?
On the website sports.yahoo.com, they say the longest MLB inning occurred on May 8, 2004, when the Detroit Tigers and Texas Rangers combined for 18 runs.
Now the pitch.
68 minutes.
Shut up! And now here is, it's a 1-0 count on Julio Rodriguez. He's been 0 for his last 14. What a choke job. Just get some kind of a base hit. And now the pitch. That was a good pitch to swing at, too, Julio. Could have put it in the right corner. Maybe you could have gotten Julio home. Now we're at 1-1. Now the pitch. Low for a ball. That's going to be 1-1. Now we're at 2-1. And now here's the pitch. Way outside for a ball. That's going to be 3-1. And if you get this walk, you'll have men on first and second with nobody out. And the cleanup hitter will be Jorge Polanco, who can do things with runners in scoring position to an extent. The 3-1. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike 2. I'm in disbelief. Like Julio, all these players are just volatile home run guys. As now we're at 3-2 for Julio Rodriguez. And now the pitch. Up high for ball 4. Take your base. And now we've got Jorge Polanco up to the plate. Oh my goodness. The intensity of this game just keeps on going. We really just want to end this game. Go to the ALDS. Jorge Polanco is now going to be up to the plate. It's a big opportunity. Let's do this. 2-1, nobody out. And they're resetting. In case you care about the Washington Huskies, they are winning 38-19 against the Rutgers. Who cares? I do. Not really. The pitch. Low for a ball because I don't even like UW anymore. And now it is 1-0 for Jorge Polanco. And looks like I would hope that the Tigers are running out of gas, as now we're at the 1-0 count. Call to the bullpen is happening. Phone has been ringing. And now the 1-0 pitch. And that is outside for a ball. 2-0. I'm pretty sure that Diamond Club is empty right now. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people just went eating like maniacs. As now we are at 2-0. And now the pitch. Now here's a liner to right field. And that is a foul ball. That was just about to end the game. Oh, someone almost caught it too. It was a really good swing as well, and that could have just gotten them in. And now we're at 2-1. Now here's the pitch. Oh, come on. That was right there. That's going to be a strike 2. And if you get yourself out, you're going to risk a double play. And who's up to the bat? Oh, you have Suarez up to the plate. You're screwed. And now we're at 3-2. Or 2-2. Now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That is going to be 3-2. Now, you know what? Just try to make some kind of contact. I don't trust Suarez. Just get it over with. Suarez will either strike out and hit her to a double play, as now we're at 3-2. It's a very intense game. And now the 3-2 pitch and a foul ball. It continues to fight it off. Got runners on first and second. And in case anyone also cares, UW just won their game 38-19. Mind you that this is just an unranked team, so blah, blah, blah. And now we're at 3-2. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be popped up. And is that going to be playable? It is not. Way out of play. And now we're at 3-2. Winning run. Nobody out. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. No, shut up. I hate that pitch. And I hated that swing just as much. And now we got Eugenio Suarez, who's probably just going to hit into a double play or strike out, leaving it 2 outs. A lot of pressure. And Suarez, here, listen to me. You don't have to hit a home run. Just try to get the base hit. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be outside for the ball. And that catcher really wanted it. 7 for 26 against Flaherty. 4 home runs, but he struck out 12 times. As now we're at 1-0, the pitch. And now it's going to be a foul ball. And now it's going to be 1-1. You just need any kind of a base hit. Like, do not just go for home runs. Just go for a base hit. You end this game. And you can move on to Toronto. Even though I'm going to hate that series if they get there. Now we're at 1-1. And now here is the pitch. Way outside for a ball. And that's going to be 2-1 for the Gino Suarez. As we are at 2-1. Let's get this done. 2-1. Suarez is 0 for 5. And now here is the pitch. Low for a ball. That nearly got away. And that's going to be 3-1. You have the potential to load the bases for Josh Naylor. And I would imagine that they're going to bring in Herter. He's in the bullpen. He's a lefty. They're going to probably go with that lefty-lefty matchup. And now we're at 3-1. And now here is the pitch. And that is a strike. And that was right in there. Of course, he's not going to swing at that. But he'll be like the, whoa. That's what he'll do. As we're at 3-2. Not even paying attention to my scoreboard or my streaming. I don't even care how much money I'm making. I'm not. And now we're at 3-2. And now here's the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball double play ball. Throw to second and then throw to first. And time for the double play. No! I knew it was going to happen. Shut up! Here, I'll show you guys something to maybe make myself feel better. But here's the picture of myself realizing that I won the championship. There it was. I got like 15. We won 15-1. I hit a 3-run home run. And I gave up only 1 run. And that 1 run was literally just by a fielder's choice. And that was my championship shirt. Just to ease off some stress. Because this game is no fun at all. Mariners are refusing to win. Polanco struck out. I just cannot believe it. I am not surprised by this. But the Mariners are just going out of their way. They're literally trying to hand them the game. All the way to the GM who suckered into buying into the most obvious bust ever, Suarez. Too many chances. You just think that it's only a matter of time until the Tigers just win it and just shut the door because they play small ball. Mariners try to play long ball. They do. I don't want to talk right now. Just give me a few. And we are back from the break. And it's going to be Zach McKinstry going to be up to the plate. And I would imagine that, I guess it's Eduardo Bizzardo. Ugh, I don't know about this. Can you really go into a third inning with Bizzardo? I guess they just don't want to burn up Castillo, but you're really just burning up everyone at this point. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. TK, you explained it very well. He bought the dip. And it's still, like, you basically caught a knife and it went, that's what basically happened. As now we're at 0-1, now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. That's going to be strike 2. You would think that the Tigers are just as exhausted as the Mariners are. Mariners literally refuse to win. And now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That's going to be 1-2. It's almost like, I can't believe I'm really covering this game. I've been sitting on my butt for almost 2 hours. Castillo is warming up. I know that. Now the 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. To the national audience, this is like a very exciting game. To the fan base of the Tigers, this is like, honestly, this isn't that stressful to them. But for the Mariners, this is like everything. As now we're at 1-2, and now the pitch, and it's a foul ball. Like I said, they have a lot to lose. Tigers literally have nothing to lose. Mariners have everything to lose on this one because they will gut this team. And now we're at 1-2, and the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball that might actually bloop, but nope, Julio's there and he makes the catch. And that's going to be the first out of the inning. Luis Castillo is getting ready to go. I have 15 viewers with me. Everyone's with me. Nobody on Facebook, sadly. 574 on Twitter. And now here is Dingler up to the plate. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be right in there for a strike. As now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a liner to left field. And that's going to drop in for a base hit. And now that's going to be extra bases. And now that's going to be a stand-up double for McKinstry. And now the runner is on second base. The lead run is at second base. Runner in scoring position. And now who is next up to the bat is going to be Parker Meadows and then Javier Baez. And this is where things all of a sudden get very dangerous. Detroit in the driver's seat. National audience is enjoying in the passenger seat. Mariners fans are crying in the trunk. It's pretty much true. Thank God it's almost over. And now here's Parker Meadows. And now here is the pitch. Up high for a ball. You get him out. You got to put in Castillo. Maybe you should have just put him in earlier. And now we're at 1-0 for Meadows. I still remember him from robbing a home run, the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. And that is strike 1. And after that, you're going to have Javier Baez to deal with. He is 1 for 5, though. But it's still very dangerous. As now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Way up high for a ball. That's going to be 2-1 for Meadows. As now we're at 2-1. Chant of "Let's Go Mariners," but it's not a very overwhelming one. If you're a national audience, you love this game. If you're a Mariners fan, you literally hate this game. I hate the Tigers. Tigers are my least favorite team in baseball. More than the Yankees, more than the Astros, more than anybody else, because Tigers are just that annoying team that somehow just has the Mariners number. It just couldn't be the Cleveland Guardians, couldn't it? Cleveland Guardians just had to blow it badly. As now we're at 2-1. Now we're at 2-1 for Meadows. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. You're lucky that just, I'm not going to even say it. As now we're at 2-2. And now here's the pitch. Oh, strike 3 called, and that's going to be 2 outs. 4th strikeout for Bizzardo. But now you got Javier Baez, who has beat up on the Mariners. He beat him up badly. And this game just cannot end, can it? And looks like Dan Wilson's coming out, and he's going to put in Luis Castillo. He's got to perform this one. And yeah, Bizzardo did the best that he possibly could. Yeah, crazy game. You must be a Eagles and Phillies fan. Sorry about your Phillies losing that way. Must be very discouraging, disheartening too. Ugh. My paint is finally starting to wear off a little bit. That's how much paint I have. Look at that paint. I painted my face right before the game because I was like game face, and I performed very well. I think I only gave up less than like 5 hits. I also hit a 3-run home run. It was the biggest thrill. Championship feeling. I was very proud of myself. I was able to get this championship. Shirt's really cool too. But this shirt's going to be hung up. This is a trophy as it gets. I'm not even looking at the game right now. And we are back from the break. Fritz, you might have a point. You just might. You're getting new Phillies hat, but I hope Dodgers lose. Well, how did they not throw to first base was what I was really confused about with 2 outs too. Refuse to lose, more like refuse to win. I saw a sign that says refuse to lose, but I think they are refusing to win. Luis Castillo was game 2. He pitched 4 2/3 inning, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. And now it's going to be Javier Baez up to the plate. He is a very dangerous hitter. He's been very dangerous in these playoffs. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. 2 strikes away. And you can go into the bottom of the 14th inning only to watch the Mariners humiliate themselves. It's going to be 0-1 now the pitch. And that's going to be a pop-up. And Naylor makes the catch. And we are going into the bottom of the 14th inning. I'm not even going to say anything. Yeah, why do we do this to ourselves? We literally do. Oh my goodness. Please enjoy this picture of myself winning a championship. There. I'm going to make a new banner. I'm going to see if people will actually call into my show. I'm going to try to start an online program. Will probably be after Jay Trident podcast. We are back from the break, and now Josh Naylor is up to the plate. It's going to be up to him to be the hero. I would trust him more than Suarez because Suarez has just been absolutely atrocious in this game. He has just been an absolute disaster. But it's going to be up to Josh Naylor to be the hero. And now here is the pitch to Naylor. And that's going to be outside. It's going to be in there for a strike. Josh Naylor is at an 0-1. And now here is the pitch. It was in the dirt. Why are you swinging at that? Like, why? It's a terrible pitch to swing to begin with. I just don't get it. Now we're at 0-2. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. Phone lines will be open after this game, after I talk to Jay Trident podcast. Yeah, that was a terrible swing, as now we're at 0-2 for Naylor. As now we're at 0-2. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a ground ball right to second base, throw to first in time. Why was it? Why? And now we're going towards more of our bottom hitters. It's going to be Leo Rivas. Leo Rivas is on his fourth plate appearance. He is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. And now he has a chance to still be some kind of a hero. I don't know how he's going to do it. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. We are now in the bottom of the 14th inning, in case that you have just checked in. And now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch is going to be outside for a ball. Now we're at 2-0. And now the pitch. Whoa, how's that a strike? Leo Rivas is not happy with the call. Hey, umpire, don't you just want to go home? Just get this done and over with. The Tigers literally have nothing to lose. Mariners have everything to lose. And now the pitch. And that is going to be a strike. And now we're at 2-2. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. On a knuckle curve, and it's going to be an easy one. It's on the verge of being an easy 1-2-3 inning. And the next batter up to the plate is going to be JP Crawford. That's exactly who we need. A guy who's going to have his job replaced by around next year by Colt Emerson. That's exactly what we need. And now here is, it's Victor Robles. And now here is the pitch. It's going to be way up high for a ball. Now we're at 1-0. And now the pitch. And that's going to be inside for a ball. That's going to be 2-0. And now it's going to still be 2-0. And now the 2-0 pitch. Way inside for a ball. And at this point, he should have just let it hit his elbow pads, but he doesn't want to get injured again. I know I'm saying stupid things, but I just want this game to be over. As now we're at 3-0 for Robles, and I'm calling a red light, even though he's probably going to pitch a strike. And now here's the pitch. And ball 4, take your base. And now you got JP Crawford up to the plate with 2 outs. I don't know if JP is going to really do enough. After this, it would be Randy Arozarena, but that's if JP Crawford can't survive. He is 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts, 2 flyouts, and a pop out. I mean, Flaherty's at close to 40 pitches. And now the pitch, and that's going to be right in there for a strike, and Crawford is just not raising to the occasion. As we're at he is 0 for 5. Flaherty on 40 pitches. And this game still keeps going on. And now the pitch, way up high for a ball. That is going to be 1-1. As now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that is going to be strike 2. We're at 1-2. He's probably going to strike out, and time has been called. Now we're at 1-2. They're talking about the fact that Dan Wilson, whatever. And now we're at 1-2. And now the pitch, way outside for a ball, throw to second base, and he is out. Very predictable. This is terrible. What a catastrophe. Yeah, he was out by a mile. We're going to be beat up if we survive by this. Basically, we wasted our first round by all these mistakes. I know. Dan Wilson with a critical error by pulling George Kirby too early rather than just walk Kerry Carpenter. And by the way, Kerry Carpenter is up. Again, doesn't matter. They are not scoring. I mean, we could honestly just go to bed. It would be easier. But they ain't going to sleep. You're not going to get any sleep because you're still going to be wondering how this game is still going. If anyone says we need more championship experience on this squad, we have 3 World Series winners in this ALDS right now. Yeah. I don't know. You'll be drinking after this game. I don't know how I will feel after this game. This game just keeps going on and on. It would have been the same thing with Scott Service, to be honest with you. I mean, don't forget, he put in Robbie Ray against a guy that hits like 300 something against lefties. So there's that. But either way, fans got what they wanted. Whined and whined about Service, demanded some fan favorite character from the 90s who never coached. He took orders as well as Wilson is. Yeah. They're playing what? They're playing Sing Hallelujah. You're supposed to play that when you win. They just played that. They just jinxed it. You're not supposed to play Sing Hallelujah until you win a game. Sing Hallelujah by Dr. Alban. Like, what are you doing? That's my line. You took my song, Mariners, that you never played for like 20 years. Oh, man. Why did they play Sing Hallelujah? And now the pitch. And that's going to be a strike. As now we're at 0-1. And now the pitch. And that's going to be a foul ball. I can't even spin. Oh, forget it. Nah, urinating tree jinxed us before this even started by shitting on the Tigers and gazing our Mariners. Ugh, the pitch. Up high for a ball. Sing Hallelujah. World Series Stadium countdown numbers equals doom. I agree. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 1. For you, all you Mariner fans that remember Sing Hallelujah, by Dr. Alban. And now the pitch. That is low for a ball. Now we're at 1-1, and now here is the pitch. Up high for a ball on the inside. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. Now we're at 2-2. And now the pitch. Way outside for a ball. It's going to be 3-2. They do. And now the pitch. Oh, no. It's going to be a fly ball to deep right field. Oh, that was a foul ball. The Fox broadcast of the game started 5 hours ago. I know, right? And now it's going to be 3-2. And now here's the 3-2 pitch. And that's going to be fouled again. Gleyber Torres nearly hit a home run, which could have killed this game. And now the pitch. Now here's going to be a ground ball to Suarez and the throw to first. And that's going to be in time, and that's going to be 2 outs. I now have 2753 subscribers right now. Thank you for all those that have been subscribing to my channel. Pitchers remaining, we got Caleb Ferguson, Emerson Hancock, and not Joe Buck, huh? And now the pitch. And Green, that pops up, and that should do it. Nope. Oh, Randy Arozarena makes the catch, and that's going to retire the side, and we're going into the bottom of the 15th inning. It is still a 2-2 ball game. I have to say it again. It's a paradox. We need 1 run to win. However, if they score 1 run, we still can't score 1 run to tie. It's like a quantum mechanics in baseball. Joe Buck. Imagine how bad it would be if Fox were being subjected. I didn't think Joe Buck was that bad. He at least kept you in the game. This guy is just corny. I don't really like him that much. He's not my kind of guy. This is outrageous indeed. It is. I have 624 people on the live streaming for my Twitter X, and I have 12 on YouTube. Yeah, this game might go on just all night long. That really can happen. And I'm really hungry. You met him in the World Series in Atlanta in 21. He's an even bigger narcissistic dick person, if you can believe that. I guess I can see that. Well, commercial break is almost over, so I can't. Time to make some mistakes. Yeah, I spelled annoyingly stupid. We were going to stay in for this long. I know. I'm just trying not to think at all. The Mariners have got to finish this. Let's see how many pitches Castillo has. As by the way, we are back from the break. Castillo's only on 15 pitches, so I think he's going to go at least 1 more inning. But we can't just keep burning up our pitchers. Oh, man, the fishies are still racing each other. That's when you know it's a really long baseball game. I wonder if the concessions are still open, too. Your calm, defeated resignation ironically would suggest that you might actually pull this off. Castillo needs to go through a full start. We got Tom Hanel. He is 1-5 with a 4.43 ERA. We're going to go out for Korean barbecue on my next paycheck, brah. Bet. And now here's JP Crawford. And now here's the pitch. It's going to be way outside for a ball. He gets another opportunity because Victor Robles got himself thrown out to second base. Yeah, let's go. And now we're at 1-0. And now here is the pitch. And that's going to be a strike, and that is going to be 1-1. And now we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Low for a ball, and that is going to be 2-1. And it turns out that one person decided to use my SeatGeek promo code, and it was probably for this game. So I hope I made you happy saving $20. As now we're at 2-1. And now here is the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that is strike 2. Can you please just try to get on base? Stop trying to hit home runs, man. As now we're at 2-2 for Eugenio Suarez. Now we're at 2-2. And now here is the pitch. And now here's going to be a liner, and that is going to be a base hit. And now J.P. Crawford is on first base, and that is going to be a runner, the winning run at first base, and it's going to be Randy Arozarena. And of course, he's going to try to hit bombs. Just try to hit a single or some kind of double. Even a double might get J.P. Crawford home. It's a nice swing by J.P. Crawford. And now here's here's Randy Arozarena. And now here's the pitch. Oh, and that plunked him, and that goes to first base. And now he's going to more than take that. And now it's going to be dumper Cal Raleigh up to the plate. And how fitting would it be if he is the hero? I don't know. I mean, and Cal Raleigh, listen, you don't have to hit a home run. Hit a single, and you're still going to score in J.P. Crawford in some way. But now it's going to be up to Big Dumper, the potential MVP of the American League. Here's 1 for 4 now, the pitch. And that was right in there for a strike. Of course, he doesn't swing at a good pitch. He swings like garbage ones. That's how it works, right? As now we're at 0-1 for Cal Raleigh. Chant of MVP. And now here's the pitch. And that's going to be low for a ball. And that's going to be 1-1. We're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Oh, that's going to be popped up and fouled. Something you can't really afford. Now you're on strike 2, and you're in danger of hitting yourself into a double play. And you can't really do a double steal because J.P. Crawford doesn't really run that fast. As now we're at 1-2 for Cal Raleigh. And now the pitch. And now here's going to be a fly ball, and that's going to go right back to Parker Meadows. And I don't think there's enough. Oh, and J.P. Crawford's going to third, and he does get to third, and a bad throw. Oh, my goodness. What a gutsy move by J.P. Crawford. You have a man on third base. And if I were Randy, maybe. Oh, and he got to second base too. Okay. Runners on second and third with 1 out. Hard to hit a double play. What can possibly. I'm almost thinking about just doing some kind of a suicide squeeze. We got 1 out. Runners on second and third. Crawford at third. Arozarena at second. And they're going to take the bat away and give it to Jorge Polanco, which honestly, well, it's because they want to get the double play. That's why. At first, I thought this was a boneheaded move because Crawford is not that clutch. But at the same time, you can hit into a double play easily. Right. I already jinxed it. And now it is up to Jorge Polanco. He just has to poke somewhere, anywhere, to get the Mariners into the American League Championship Series for the first time since 2001. It is 1 out, bottom of the 15th. And now the pitch. Swing and a miss, and you know he was trying to go for it. Just hit a single or force a walk. But you had to swing at that. The bases are loaded with just 1 out. He is 4 for 10 with the bases loaded. No grand slams. And now the 0-1 pitch. Outside for the ball. And the magic number is 3. As we are at 1-1 for Polanco. And they have got to make something happen. As we're at 1-1. And now the pitch. Outside for a ball, and the magic number is 2. And Crawford, I hate to say this, but if it gets inside, please just step into it and just use Polanco, just step into it with your elbow pad if you have one. He better be wearing one. He's not wearing one. And now we're at 2-1. And now the pitch. And now here's a ground ball. Foul. That was about to end the game had it gone fair. And now we're at 2-2. We're at 1 out, 2-2. We've got Suarez on deck. Oh, shoot. You got to get this. Magic number is 2, but it's a 2-2. And now here's the pitch. Low for a ball, and the magic number is 1. I don't know what to do. We're at 3-2. It's a full count. You would imagine that he's just going to try to pitch a strike. I don't know if you can really trick him. And it comes down to this. Here it is. The 3-2 pitch. And now here's a liner. Going to the American League Championship on a game-winning base hit by Jorge Polanco. The ball game is over. The Mariners are going to the American League Championship for the first time since 2001. Oh my goodness. ALCS. It is finally over. They finally did it. I am just in disbelief. It was a liner, base hit, easy score. You didn't go for the home run. And we're going to the American League Championship, 4th time in their history. 1995, 2000, 2001, and now 2025. They're going to face the Toronto Blue Jays on Sunday. And obviously, I'm going to be there, and it's going to be at 5 o'clock starting time. I can't believe it's over. Oh, they finally did it. The last time the Mariners made it to the American League Championship Series, I was 9 years old, and this house that I'm in was literally a 2-bedroom house with maybe 2 bathrooms. That's how long it's been since the Mariners made it to the American League Championship Series. And I'm just waiting for Jay Trident Podcast to get on the show. Please, someone give me a reason to cry. Oh my God. They just won. They are going to the American League Championship Series. We'll be remembering this for a very long time. But Polo got the base hit. Hoping, and fireworks are also going off around the area. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Now my phone's kind of blowing up. People are texting me saying congratulations to me. The game's going to be at Toronto. Start time at 5 p.m. PDT, Pacific Daylight Time. Mariners won despite bad-mouthing them. Oh, I love you. It's been 24 years since the Mariners made it to the American League Championship. Ganix, yeah, I know you said it. Oh. I don't know what to say either. Oh. Oh. Everyone, I have a friend taunting me saying that I was too negative. I was like, Scooball is going to kick their butts. He is long. Nope. Not so fast. Oh, also, yeah, I'm going to have Jay Trident Podcast on the show. Mark, I can't right now. Oh, when do you want to go? When do you want to go, Marco? Oh my God. Mark, I shout out to you. I shout out to you, man. You kept this thing going. You just kept engaging with the show. You just did. You did it. You helped this team win. We all did. No, you're taken. Go away. No, but we can be friends. Friend zoned. Born in 78, thank you for being here. Oh, look who's here. Let's get this guy on.
Let's go. We did it.
Oh!
We did it. Oh
We-
my gosh. Oh my gosh. Dude, I'm dead. I'm absolutely. How you doing?
If you saw my show, I was literally bad-mouthing this team with full force.
Do you know how many times I cussed them out and then went, okay, come on. All right, we got this now. We got this.
And there was times I was like, it's only a matter of time until Tigers score. It was like, we just felt it. The bases were loaded at points.
I was just bracing myself. I mean, you know, when you kind of like, you put that wall up because you're like, hey, if I put the wall up, it won't hurt as bad. You know what I'm talking about? Like, and I did that every inning. And man, what a gutsy performance for this team. I don't know how they're even going to get to Toronto for game one. I don't know if Emerson Hancock's going game one. I don't care. Like,
I do.
go.
And I would
I
would explain why I care so much about why I'm so scared of the ALCS, but I'll complain about that 2 days from now. But until then, it's about the Mariners were very resilient. Even with, I mean, I was dogging on Dan Wilson. I was like, why did you pull George Kirby for Gabe Spire? The matchups, I get it.
That.
I know, we all forgot about that. But I was like, wait one more inning. But then Leo Rivas was like, nah, not on my watch. He ties the game. And how about Leo Rivas? I think he is the most clutch player on the Mariners. It was 2-1. It looked like all hope was dead.
Yeah.
And then he hits this double. Or not double, the single, RBI.
Incredible. He had some good at-bats and extra innings, too. He was fantastic. Logan Gilbert was in the bullpen all around, maybe except Spire, but everybody else was absolutely fantastic. Lights out. I had forgotten that George Kirby started this game, to be honest.
Well, that's how long the game went.
I know. Dude, my back is a mess. Like, man, could they push the game one ALCS to Monday? I need a couple days. Man.
I don't, because that falls on don't quit your day job. So I need it to be on Sunday. So I have a lot of agendas that go against the Mariners, but benefits me.
Oh man, absolutely. All right. I do have to get going. I wanted to stop by though and tell, hey, first of all, anybody watching, congrats to Rooftop, man, coming on after a softball game, how many innings did you get in for this one?
I was into it in the bottom of the 8th, like right at the cusp, right when it started.
So you got a pretty good long game, and congrats on the softball victory, my friend. Good job. Nice victory. Double whammy for you today. And I got to give you kudos, man, because I could not do play-by-play for that game. I would be too, like, even though I sometimes come off as super calm, trust me, like, I'm not during these games. So usually after, I'm kind of like, okay, but during it, I'm a mess. So kudos to you, man, for being able to do that. Not easy.
Thank you for always being here for these post games, and thanks for just being part of this growth of this YouTube channel. I know I say this like a 50,000 times, but you were a huge part of it, along with all these fans that are commenting away. And you know what? How about this t-shirt? Maybe it also gave the Mariners some good bases too.
Well, we were talking. I said, maybe you need to get out there. You had the home run and then pitched well. Like, we could have used a little double barrel action from you today out there, but they got it done. All the years, man, that we did doing this and no playoffs. And, you know, we would just have killed to see a couple playoff games. And now 4 wins away from a World Series. Congrats to everybody in the chat. Congrats to you, man. And I'm going to get home and get my post game up.
Do it. And salvage every minute of it, because I don't know when I'm getting off for this show either.
Just enjoy it. Just celebrate it with everybody. Just enjoy it. It's what it's all about. It's what it's all about. Love y'all. Later.
Go Mariners, baby. And now, if anyone wants to call into the show, this is your opportunity. Anyone who wants to get in the show, there you go. That's what get in. How about that? And what about phone lines are open? I'll put it on speakerphone if I have to. Well, obviously I'm going to have to. Phone lines open for anyone that wants to get into the game. Jay Trident, you got to get yourself out of the show. You're still in it. I am just absolutely speechless. Us fans went through it since 2001 when the Mariners lost to the New York Yankees in 5 games. Then we saw 2002. We saw 2002 where it was like our goal is to not win a championship or win a World Series. It's to field a competitive team year after year to put itself in position to win the World Series by Howard Lincoln. Then we saw 2003. By the way, they missed the playoffs in 2002. Then we go to 2003. And Mark's on the studio. Get in here. How are you doing, man? You carried it. And now we got Reese Beast. Let's get everyone here. Everyone.
Hey,
How are we all
let's go.
Let's
How we
go.
doing?
Oh man,
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta say.
I'm speechless. I am just speechless. Jeez.
Watching that wanted to make me miss the playoffs more often.
Yeah,
I
at
was
least
just like,
like
can
for
we-
24 years, we didn't have to deal with
That
heartbreaks
game again,
or
that was
like
stressful.
heart attacks.
Ooh,
Oh, man.
Yeah, there was moments I had to just breathe and be like, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay. I'm here for everyone." But anyone else want to express opinions? I mean, I already expressed my opinions throughout this whole game.
I just want to say, you know what, Joe? It's like I've heard you up and down the aisle. I just want to say your negativity is always welcome. It's grounded. It's real.
it is.
You know, I used to work with someone that was a diehard Mariners fan, but honestly, I feel like sometimes when you're too diehard, your head's like way up in the clouds, and it's like you float up there with them, and then you come back down and you realize, wow. But real talk, dude. Man, hearing you, it's always a breath of fresh air, man. Seriously.
Well, that's what we're gonna
Oh, yeah.
be here for Sunday. But
Oh, yeah.
what I would tell
We're gonna
everyone,
get the win Sunday.
just enjoy it. Don't even think about uncertainties of the offseason. Don't even think about how this game was frustrating and that the Mariners may have just depleted their entire starting pitching staff going into the ALCS against Toronto, while Toronto was just waiting on the TV, just laughing at both teams and myself probably. But tomorrow, just enjoy everything. Whatever you do, just, I don't know.
Man.
I can't even
Hey,
think.
The Mariners need it that badly. This is history for us. I mean, they have a chance to do something this year like none of the Mariners fans have ever seen before, and that's special. They can capitalize on this year.
Yeah.
It is generational, and with all these
Yeah, it's like,
future
man,
players coming up, it's crazy.
all those people that watched them, you know, like be good back then, they now have kids. This is something worth sharing. It's literally
Exactly.
worth crying for, man.
It is. I
It
hope
really
you're all
is.
crying.
Yeah,
Yeah. Cry all you have to do.
yeah.
I was
Also, the
Instead-
biggest.
I'll enjoy reading the comment section on their IG instead of like hearing all the cry harder, like, you know, because we lost. But this is gonna be like worth the tears.
oh yeah,
I
But
think
yeah, shout
about.
out, man. Love you, Joe.
Yeah.
Love what
love
you
you
do.
too.
Keep it up. KBB.
We're gonna keep doing it. It's gonna keep going into the ALCS.
oh yeah. I remember
Party
thinking a
gotta
few
go
years
on.
back,
Peace out, man.
Peace out, Mark.
Yep.
deflated
I also
us.
think about the.
that sucked the
I
air
think
out.
about Generation Alpha. They didn't have to live too long to watch Mariners futility. They really didn't, and they are the other winners. Kids that are
They
like
are.
maybe approaching 10. They didn't have to go through after 2001. They didn't
No.
have to go through Bavasi. They didn't have to go through Jack Z, the Cano years. Felix just carrying this team, and I was begging him to just get out of there and save himself. Kyle Seager with the Kevin Mather controversial comments. They didn't have to live through that. They get to live through this. And I actually work in childcare at the schools before and after school programs. I was feeling the vibes of little kids going, "Go Mariners," when the principal's like, "Go Mariners." Even I led one. And even kids that don't know baseball were following along. No matter how much of a doom and gloom I was, I'll even admit that I was warning kids like, hey, I mean, I know we went 3-0 against Schoolball, but he might be due. And now those kids are like, they're probably gonna laugh at me on Monday. You know what? Go for it. Laugh at me. Say how much I was negative. Say how much I was wrong. I want to hear every bit of it. Throw it in the comments on YouTube.
You have a right to be negative. I see I see you always on the streams, all the games. I'm just like, you do a great job, dude. You do a great job
I
calling
appreciate
it.
it.
People, I see the effort. You have every right to have your opinion the most negative way possible. Because I would not be able to do streams after missing the playoffs back-to-back years by one game. But hey, look where we're at now. So
It was all worth it. We all grinded together. Like, I can't even think about, like, I don't even have rationality to even go through, like, went through the game, what went right, what went wrong. I just can't. And I want to. I want to say, like, Dan Wilson, why'd you pull Kirby too early? Or why are you guys going for long balls? Like, why? Why is Suarez just doing long balls? Why is Julio trying to swing? Even Crawford trying to swing for fences, it looked like.
Yeah, Ribas swinging for fences.
Even he was trying. But then Polo made it happen. And how about Jorge Polanco? Like, just like what? And it was like February or March when they signed him. We were all laughing. We're like, oh, great. This is our addition, when it should have been like Pete Alonso or Bregman or anyone. And he has well played beyond the contract that he was given. He's definitely getting his full guarantees. Jay Schreiden made a joke going, well, at least you're getting a free cheeseburger at McDonald's that's just been sitting there. But you know what? Polo has become a free 90s Big Mac.
Polo's been big time this year. We would not be in the playoffs without this guy. He was carried this team throughout April. He's been clutch this year. You know, he's been I think the underrated MVP of this year because he has improved his game. The crap he got last year for how he played was like
he came a long way.
He didn't play well last year, but he has bounced back in every way possible, and he truly deserves all the credit for where they are because. You know, Cal's had a great year. Julio's had a great year, but Polo's just time after time, you know, sparking the team with a big hit or getting a big home run that they need.
Oh, what about everyone in this team deserves credit? I know that Suarez. I know he's like I know he's like 1 for 27, but the one thing I'm not going to take away from him is it's this. This is what he does, and sometimes this is all he needs to do to carry to a Mariners victory.
All right, guys. Goodbye, Sunday. Don't forget it.
Hopefully he's able to turn it around against Toronto. Because listen, obviously I don't want to get into it too much, but you're going to need to score runs against that team. So I think.
Well, I won't even think about that. I don't even want to. The only thing I want to think about is Cal Raleigh hits well at Toronto, so he got that going. But at the same time, Toronto's also probably watching 2022 highlights over and over again to remind them that that's the team they lost to. Oh, look at John Stanton. See, imagine if he spent that money, he'd be doing that every single year.
Man,
and he kind of finally did.
I would start pay Naylor chance.
Pay Suarez.
Pay Naylor and Polanco.
Extend Gilbert. Extend Kirby. Hell, fine. Extend Rosarena. Make him a designated hitter / outfielder and make room for Montez. I know we're looking far ahead. And I shouldn't even think about offseason.
I don't think they'll pay Randy. I hate to say it.
It's okay. I'll complain about that. I'll complain about that a week from now.
Some other time.
Hopefully not a week from now. Hopefully like at the end where we see a World Series and I think my entire room will be flooded with tears.
Hey, we can do it. I hope the Cubs win tomorrow. You know, we gotta be rooting for the Cubs. You know, if we want to play them in the World Series, not the Dodgers, not the Brewers, but if we get the Cubs, I'll take it. You just gotta beat Toronto because I think they can manhandle Chicago.
Do you know who I want to win? I want the Mariners to just beat Toronto before we even think about a World Series. Like one
I'm already,
game at a
they got
time.
me thinking. I think we can take care of Toronto.
I'm not. I'm just thinking about game one. I'm just thinking about
That's gonna be
what
a good game.
I
I
hope.
think Cal's gonna have an all because Cal owns Toronto. I think he's gonna have an all-time series versus them.
It's a bit like the 95 win. It really is. It is reminiscent of 95, fitting that they do it 30 years after the fact. It's too bad that they could not
15
win
innings.
It's too bad they couldn't do it in game 4 on the anniversary of 95. I mean, maybe by tomorrow I'll be like, damn, we should have won game 4 and not burn ourselves on game 5. I'll worry about that tomorrow, but right now I'm just celebrating everything of the victory. I'm just watching the locker room. Everyone's just showering each other with champagne as they should. Just don't get drunk. Don't be
Or if Julio
hungover.
knows how to open one.
Yeah. Just spray them all over each other. That's it. Then take a nice shower. Oh, of course. Look at Naylor. He's smoking something. Someone's smoking in there. Or it's a cigar, probably, so it's not a big deal. Look at Justin Hollander. He's all soaked up.
Naylor played.
Oh, yeah, it's a
Naylor
cigar.
played great today.
Naylor was a hero. Oh, they're talking to Julio. Let's see what he says. It is a moment to remember. There is no doubt. What'd he say? We're in it to win it. That's exactly what I expect him to say. Alex Rodriguez talking to Julio Rodriguez. How fitting. Honestly, that's probably like it feels surreal just to hear Alex Rodriguez saying great things about Seattle. Not that he never, I mean, he never said bad things about Seattle. The only thing he really said was, oh, Boeing should move to Texas, which, I mean, 20 years from now, he wasn't wrong. I mean, everyone moved to Texas anyway. But the point is, it is nice to see A-Rod finally get to say good things about Seattle. I mean, he has in years past, but not at the stage that we're at. Oh, look, another former Mariner in David Ortiz, aka was also known as David Arias. Julio wasn't even born when the Mariners were in the ALCS. He was not even a baby. I think his mother was pregnant. Shrek was barely released in theaters. Halo Combat Evolved for the OG Xbox didn't even exist yet. The GameCube was a month away.
Long time.
Been too long. I was 9 years old.
I wasn't even around. I wasn't even around for that. No. I'll be honest with you. I was not around for that. Nope. That's how long ago that was.
I was, and that 2001 season was the reason I went on like a near decade hatred of the Yankees all over ALCS runs until I kind of stopped it because the Mariners were just so bad from like 2004 to whatever. And I was like, man, I just got to worry about my own team. Let's look at the comments. This is insane. I can't believe we got this in the 2010s. I was always wondering when the clouds of 95 and 2002 would. Well, not 2002. Finally, the clouds have parted. What else? Now, maybe they can play a little bit more free and loose. They were tense as hell. Game 1 after all of tonight. We'll see.
Yeah, I do have to say, though, game 1 of next series is going to be big. Like, they did one heck of a job coming back after game 1 when things didn't look good because you're going to have to play school twice. You know that, and they were able to do it, get the job done. But they got to get game 1 done. That's for sure.
Hey, better late than never. Well, you know what? Maybe all these 20 years of frustration really built up my excitement, and it's something to not take for granted. I mean, knowing what Seattle does after every playoff run. If I were you, Seattle fans, cherish every single moment, especially tomorrow. Don't even think about Toronto. Just enjoy it, because I hate to say it, like, knowing what the Mariners do organizationally, I'm just saying, appreciate everything you've got for now.
Think about
Make
the
everything
Seahawks.
count. Think a little bit about the Seahawks, yeah. Which, by the way, I'll be doing the Seahawks and the Mariners game. All right,
Yeah,
other
Seattle.
comments. I wonder what Jay and Edgar's reaction. Oh, I have no doubts that they were probably as excited as we were.
Oh yeah. And how exciting is this? You get to go on the road game one. Now you have a 7-game series, so you don't have to worry about playing Tarek Skubal anymore. You get to go against easier pitchers now. It's gonna be fun. Just enjoy tomorrow, and it's gonna be one heck of a ride against Toronto.
I know. But until then, we enjoy everything.
Yes.
Like I'm not even like my brain cannot process of like what went right and what went wrong.
I was like, watch, he's gonna ground it to a double play. Only the Mariners could do this, and he just smacks it down the right field. I was like, wow. I was just in shock. I can't believe it.
What was crazy was I actually thought maybe this could have been like I was actually thinking this was going to be a walk-off win, like a walk-off on the walk. That almost happened too. Oh, just watching David Ortiz say some things.
Yeah, I saw him trolling the Yankees fans the other day. I like it. I'm all for that.
Remember did you see when Bernie Williams was rallying Mariners fans in Detroit or wherever it was?
I did not know.
Oh, well, Bernie Williams, former Yankee of the 90s. Oh, man. Of course, the Mariners were giving all of us a heart attack. Of course they did. It's what they do best.
I had at least like 5 of them in the extra innings. I was about to blow up when Detroit had the bases loaded. I was like, oh dear. I was like, no,
At
not
that
again.
point, I was starting to just. You can tell
just
that I
like,
was
end
trying
the
to
game.
cool off a little bit. Yeah, it was just
And
end the
then
game.
we got the out. I was just like, okay, let's do this again. Dingler gets the doubles. Like, oh god, here we go again. We got out of it again. That's great.
It's a big justification for GM strategy of going all pitching too. Brash, Bizardo, Gilbert, Castillo, literally flawless, and even Munoz. The bullpen, aside from Gabe Spire, which, by the way, Gabe Spire, he's been struggling, but nonetheless, after that, Brash, all those guys deserve all the credit. Oh, looks like the game's going to be at 4 p.m. My bad. They're making it 4 p.m. instead.
4 p.m.
I wonder
Sunday.
why. Well, I don't know. I think it's going to be dependent what happens between Chicago and Chicago
and Milwaukee.
And Milwaukee, that's right.
Hey, yeah, but just put our minds in that game tomorrow.
Yeah, just put your minds in that game. Just sit back and just relax watching that game.
That should be a good one too. 2 divisional rivals, game 5. Man, that'll be a blast to watch.
Craig Counsell going up against his former team too.
Yeah, a lot of storylines. I mean, at Milwaukee, I'm just gonna say this. I think every year we say Milwaukee's gonna fall off, but I think they might actually will because this is their year, like to put something together too.
I mean, I haven't really put much thought into Milwaukee and Chicago, but I don't know what to think of it right now. I mean, again, like all I can think about is today's game. And by the way, the shirt will not be changed until the season's over. I've been wearing this every single day, and it probably stinks at this point. That smells okay, but either way, I'm still wearing it every single day I can until the season's over. I mean, the Korean man's right. He had a point. We all thought it was over.
We all thought it was done. Yeah.
We thought it was. I don't know how they got out of that inning. Like, if I watch the highlights, I'm going to be like, how did they get out of that?
Cal
Words will never
Raleigh,
be able to explain
incredible.
it. Cal Raleigh.
Him and Julio. I have to give Julio a lot of credit for coming up in game 2 with that big hit. That's not easy to do. I believe that was off Will Vest, and he was able to
I don't even remember
double
anymore.
But man, I'm just thinking of the whole series now. I'm just like, wow, we really did it.
Gannick says, I didn't think it was over. Zero doubt in my mind at the bar I was at. I hope you didn't get drunk too much, but if you did, I don't blame you. But call an Uber or call me. Depending where you are, I'll give you a ride home.
Well, hey, man, I got to go, buddy, but good game tonight.
Oh, you got to go. Good
All right.
game and go Mariners. Enjoy everything tomorrow.
Right. Mariners for life.
Mariners for life, indeed. Thank you, Reese Beast, for being on the show. And I can't believe that it's over. Can't believe they just did it. You don't drink and just drink a bunch of Arnold Palmers. I think I'm going to go to 7-Eleven and have a Slurpee after I put out this YouTube short of Jorge Polanco winning the game, which I think I should be going real soon. But if there's anyone that still wants to say stuff, Cody says, go Mariners, Tridents up. No doubt about it. I heard there's a lot of fireworks going off in Tacoma. And how about the day that I had? So here's the summary of my day. It was this. I got to work like at 6:45 in the morning. I worked out, did some exercises for about an hour. Then I had a work training for an hour based on a kind of work that I wasn't really going to do, but I was just doing it to support the team that I work at. Then I was just checking out the fields just for fun. Then I had to do some real estate activities. And then I went back to work again to support my team for the after school program. And you might as well say that I did that Go Mariners rally. And then after that, I had to miss the start of the streaming because I was too busy trying to win a championship for softball. Then I win the championship because the second game got rained out. I won the semis 15-1. And then after that, I bolted all the way home in my car, got on the show just to witness this. How can I write a better script than this? I can't. This is the kind of day that I had. I was wondering what the fireworks were doing in Tacoma. I mean, now we know, right? That's the kind of day. So not only did I win a softball championship, by the way, this is my first ever championship in softball in my 11 years of playing. I finished second place in 2014, 2015, 2019, technically 2021, 2024. I was a 5-time championship loser, and I win a championship. And he gets to wear my shirt for quite some time. I think this is the way I'm framing it. He's wearing my championship shirt. And I dominated pitching. I hit a 3-run home run. I was like, I want this championship now. And then I got blessed with a rain out, and we just won a championship. Because the other team forfeited too. I know. Congrats. Congrats to everyone. We're going to the American League Championship. And I think I'm going to have to take off. I don't know if I can because I have people still on the show. I mean, phone lines are still open. If anyone wants to say anything, there you go. Here's still the link. You got to go. Well, it looks like everyone's going to be going. You think we match up well against Toronto, huh? Why don't you explain your case, Rodney? Why don't you tell me why you think they have a case? Why don't you let me know what you think? How do we match up well? I mean, it's not like they have any championship. I mean, how do you feel about Toronto? Like, I wonder why you think that they have a really good shot. It's going to be tough. Mariners, they did go 2 out of 3, yes, in Toronto, but they also lost. They also got swept. I don't know. I just don't feel it, given that they kind of depleted their starting rotation. I mean, Gilbert had to pitch, and then Castillo had to pitch just to keep them in the game. And then it's going to be a question of who's going to be the game 1 starter. Is it going to be Brian Wu? I mean, you've already taxed Castillo. You already taxed Gilbert. Who else are you going to use? Like, are you going to use... Like, you can't use Kirby. You better hope that Wu is healthy. What about Bryce Miller? What about Emerson Hancock? They're probably going to have a bullpen day in game 1, to be honest with you. So game 1 might not even be a thing. So I don't know. Rodney says, pitching-wise, we are one of the best in the game. Also, they kind of give up early home runs. Hitting, we are deeper. Castillo's not taxed. He pitched 15 pitches. So maybe Castillo is due up next. And we definitely hope that Brian Wu is back. If we can get Brian Wu back, we have a really good shot in the American League Championship Series. Like, I am not ready to see. I just don't want to see the Toronto Blue Jays get to the World Series. I just don't want to see it happen. But what a day that I had. It was a very fitting day. I'm finally a softball champion. And I got to see the Mariners. They win a champ. No, the Mariners get not championship. They won a division. I don't believe in this is our year. I don't, because I just don't. It's just not my thing to believe in. It's like a jinx kind of thing. And as you can tell, my paint is getting all scraped off. And honestly, maybe I'll wear this thing every single day on Mariners game day. They're talking now. It's Aaron Levine and Curtis Crabtree talking. We have a good shot if Brian Wu is the guy. And my iPad is starting to run out of juice. And the next Mariners game will be on Sunday. It is projected to be, trying to figure out what time the game is going to be. I got to figure this out. It is projected to be at 5 o'clock, 5:03. Of course you did, Hyung. You know why I'm negative. I believe in reverse jinx psychology. And I'm all about dogging in. And we got Tony Hyung. These are guys I went to a Mariners game with. It was like the second Mariners game I took them to this season. They also took me to Jade's Garden. By the way, if you like Jade's Garden, go to Jade's Garden. Go there tomorrow to celebrate the victory like this. Do it. Go to Jade's Garden. Go to Jade's Garden before the Mariners game. And also, use my rooftop promo code. Use my promo code, Rooftop Sports, to get $20 off the purchase if you plan to go to the ALCS. Well, we're not done yet. Still got to get through Toronto. Let's hope we can just at least survive game 1. Let's hope that we have any of our pitchers available. Yep, Jade's Garden definitely had the dim sum going for him. And their Hong Kong noodles are amazing. So please go there. It was so bomb. DW, anything can happen in the playoffs. So many people watching this year impressed. I feel like we hit that dome well. You guys are like the throat goats. I really was just, I really, oh, Jade's Garden is in, it's in Chinatown. I mean, International District. I have to say International District or else YouTube will kick my ass. It's Chinatown. Oh, all right, let me summarize what we've been through. I was cut off. No disrespect to anyone. It was after 2001. Mariners lost to the Yankees. 2002, they went off to a very hot start. Then they started to stagnate because what happened was A's went on a random run. It was that Moneyball year. Angels went on a random streak. Mariners didn't make a trade at the trade deadline. And then what happened was Howard Lincoln goes out and says, my goal is to not win a championship. It is to field a competitive team year after year to put itself in position to win the World Series. So, yeah, how about that? They missed the playoffs. 2003 missed the playoffs again. Jeff Nelson goes on a tirade because Mariners didn't make a move at the trade deadline. Watching the Yankees trade for Aaron Boone, who is now the manager of the Yankees. Then he gets traded to the Yankees for his, quote, offensive comments to Howard Lincoln. Pat Gillick then quits his job. In comes Bill Bavasi. 2004 to 2008, Mariners were nothing but futility, even though they added Richie Sexson, Raul Ibanez, and Adrian Beltre, and Kenji Jojima. And even young Felix was coming on. Mariners were still brutal. Then Jack Zarenzik years. The Ken Griffey Jr. sleeping in the locker room. Watching the Angels sign Albert Pujols and the Tigers signing Prince Fielder. Mariners being nothing but futility. Felix carrying the whole team when he had nothing to work with. Then the Mariners signed Robinson Cano and eventually Nelson Cruz. How about that? And that also didn't work out. Cano gets suspended. Nelson Cruz then eventually leaves the team because the team decided to gut the team, which, by the way, I supported that movement. I supported that youth movement back in 2019. I was perfectly fine with it. Then they go on to lose nearly 100 games, which I didn't really care about. 2020, the coronavirus happens. They still had a baseball season, missed the playoffs by about 2 or 3 games. 2021, missed the playoffs by 1 game. 22 made the playoffs, then lost to Houston. Hashtag Robbie Ray versus Yordan Alvarez. 2023 missed the playoffs by 1 game. 2024 missed the playoffs by 1 game. 2025 even had a lot of uncertainty. Not much activity in the offseason. The best signing was re-signing Jorge Polanco, and he became nothing but amazing. Julio Rodriguez showing volatility. But then he came back in the second half. Mariners trading for Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez, which literally carried the team into the playoffs and went on that huge streak. Then the Mariners had their backs against the walls. They were down 1-0. Then they tied the series. Then went up 2-1, and it looked like that this, and then even had a 3-0 lead and looked like that they were just going to run away with it. And then game 5, it looked like that this was going to be over. Kerry Carpenter hits a home run, 2-run home run to give the Tigers the lead. Leo Rivas becomes the hero, ties the game, and this game just goes on until like the bottom of the 15th inning. Bases loaded. Jorge Polanco, game-winning single. We are going to the American League Championship Series for the first time since 2001. Gamer 11. Yep, they did it. I know. I hope so. That's what I want. There are people still selling hot dogs out there. If I were you in Seattle, don't even take a bus right now because it's packed. Don't even take the light rail right now. Just go to Chinatown or any food truck, give them all your money. Eat the food. Enjoy it. And then call an Uber when you get home, when you're trying to get home. He looks like he's trying to figure out what 2 + 2 and literally can't figure out. What are you talking about? Oh, Brandon. I said it just like John Sterling, if you didn't notice. No more Scooball. Wu coming back. I feel cautiously optimistic. My feelings is right now on hold. I think they're talking about the... Wait, who is this guy? Guy's going to Toronto, huh? Well... Yeah, feelings on hold. Kramer, if you feel it, get on. No, I'm just frozen, that's all. But if you don't get on, which is okay, I really got to go anyway. Actually, I'm just going to take off because I got to throw out a YouTube short. I just have to. Jorge Polanco. I don't even know when it even happened. Oh, Gamer 11's coming on.
Yo,
How about the
win.
Mariners?
The Mariners win.
No Yankees. How about bye? Oh, bye.
Bye-bye,
Holy
Yankees.
smokes.
Bye-bye, Yankees. Hello, Ace ALCS.
ALCS. I'm still not able to, like, intelligently, articulately go over this game. I just can't.
How much?
Too much emotions.
How much of it did you catch?
I got the bottom of the 8th inning. That's when I got on because I was too busy doing this. And there were parts of me where I was regretting. I should have like not committed. That's why I wanted the Yankees to win. Actually, it doesn't even matter. Actually, maybe this is a good thing because game 5, if it went, assuming it would have went to extras, I would have not been able to cover the game. I would have had to go to my softball game. So you know what? Kudos to the Yankees for losing because not only did I get to win a softball championship for the first time, I got to enjoy this.
Double the fun. Let's go.
Only fitting. And we came a long way. Remember when we met? The Dodgers game was an absolute train wreck. And we all just came on going, wow, looks like Scott Service is getting his butt fired.
I mean, this win feels pretty good. I have never seen the Mariners get this far, so it's pretty cool. Polanco was outstanding in the whole series. Competitive at bat after competitive at bat. He was great. Naylor, his numbers weren't there, but his at bats were gritty, setting things up for everyone else. Cal did all he could, even though he's struggled a little bit. I felt like at the end, you almost caught a full game, Joe, even though you didn't get in until the 8th inning.
I think it's perfect. I did everything. I won a softball tournament. Well, okay, my team helped me win a softball tournament. I wheeled and dealed. I only gave up 1 run, and it was only by a fielder's choice, and I hit a 3-run home run.
Damn.
And the better part was the championship game was called because of the rain, and the other team didn't even have players to begin with.
Oh, wow.
So as soon as that happened, I got my shirt, got the team picture, and I was like, okay, I'm going, bye. I got to go.
Was no one else? I mean, surely everyone in the game was probably watching the game, right? At least half the people, I would imagine.
I was distracted watching the game in between at-bats, thinking about the game, and I still kicked their butts.
Was anybody else watching the game with you, or imagine?
With my big tablet that is right here, and it's at 15%. I better charge that thing right now.
So you said your feelings are on hold for the ALCS.
Yep. Not even thinking about it. I will think about it once the game begins. I am just too much emotion. Like, I am so emotional that I forgot that I was pissed off that Dan Wilson pulled George Kirby too early for Gabe Spire because of matchups against Kerry Carpenter. I even forgot about that for now.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about like, oh man, the Mariners really have to win the ALCS. They really got to get to the World Series because they're going to blow it up next year anyway. I'm not even thinking about that right now. I'm just thinking about enjoying this victory because knowing how much Mariners have struggled in between years, and for the moment that we have right now, for the next 24 hours to 48 hours, enjoy everything. Don't even think about the bad stuff. And I know I'm a negative person, but don't even think about that. Don't even think about uncertainties. Don't even think about what Toronto series could be. Don't even think about the idea that the Blue Jay fans are going to flood our stadium again, probably. Don't even think about that. Just think about the fact that Jorge Polanco is part of history. 1995, Edgar Martinez. 2000, Carlos Guillen's bunt, which unfortunately is heavily forgotten. 2001, although that was a bit bittersweet, but they still made it to the ALCS either way, even though we would have thought that they were going to make it anyway. And now 2025, Jorge Polanco is now a part of one of the biggest moments in Mariners history. Now, I don't mean to compare the moments, but I mean, 95 is still going to be up there as in the greatest ALDS win. I would say that Polanco is probably going to be a really good number 2. Guillen number 3, and then 2001. Well, of course, because that was kind of like, I remember 2001. That was more of like an anticlimactic. It was like bittersweet. It's like, yeah, well, it shouldn't have gotten this far, but yeah, they won. Brandon Hurt says your football team will never beat Detroit. We'll make that quarterback see ghosts again. Well, okay. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, the Lions are the better team than the Seahawks, but it's okay. Remember, all comments are welcome. Even if it was like, you suck, Joe. You're a bad fan. As much as I was butthurt about those people, I didn't delete their comments. I didn't block them. I was like, damn.
I'm with you. I put this game at number 2. That game 5 of the 95 DS. That was a better baseball game, but this one's right up there with it.
Well, the only reason why 95 has more significance because even more was on the line. Not only would they have blown up the team next season, they were possibly going to move to Tampa if they didn't get that new stadium. That series literally built the stadium by itself. Like, they call it the house that Junior built. I call it the house that Edgar built.
Mm-hmm.
But they want to say Junior built, but I give all the credit to a lot of the credit to Edgar Martinez. But this game was all about Jorge Polanco. And how about the way that the Mariners got themselves with the bases loaded? They were much more patient at the plate. Before that, they were just rushing everything, striking out, trying to hit bombs. I was like, there's a guy like at second base. Just poke him in, and you're good. Nope.
I can't help but be a little pessimistic, Joe, if you don't mind. I need to take my feelings off hold for a second. I hope I can do that.
You're talking to literally probably the most pessimistic Mariners fan in history. If anything, see if you can even match my pessimism or even go beyond it.
Okay.
I challenge you.
All right, I'll say it. If they are going to have a chance against Toronto, I mean, ultimately World Series is the goal, right? This win was nice, but I'd like to see the World Series. If they're going to have a chance, Suarez and Julio need to get it together. They were both massive liabilities throughout the series. Julio 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts. Suarez, wasn't he 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts? At least,
let me see.
At least 3. He was
0 for 6.
6.
He was 0 for 6.
With how many strikeouts?
Let me see, because it was probably really, really ugly. Oh my goodness. Let me see how many times he struck out. He struck out 3 times.
3 strikeouts. I mean, yeah, his at-bats were downright pathetic. there's multiple whiffs in each of those strikeout at bats. He wasn't extending the count, trying to. Other guys were striking out like Polanco and Naylor against Skubal, but they were working the count. They were getting Skubal's pitch count up. Those guys were not doing that. They were just promptly going down on swing and miss, swing and miss, swing and miss. Those two guys need to get it together. I think Suarez finished the series something like 2 for 20 with like 10 strikeouts or something like that. Just totally abysmal. That was a glaring hole. It seemed like to me when watching the games, watching the offense, whenever those two guys came up, if the Mariners had some momentum going offensively, whenever those two guys came up, you could bet on any momentum just stopping dead in its tracks right when they came up. It was ugly.
Yeah, it's an absolute understatement that they have to step up. I mean, look at Suarez. Like, the Mariners didn't just trade for him just to be like Julio's big brother. They also traded him to like actually like contribute and put in some runs, which he really hasn't done, with the exception of a home run, which was pretty much on garbage time. So you almost want to put an asterisk on that. Now you just put me on back to earth, literally within like a few seconds.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
That's why that's my favorite channel.
Isn't this channel all about all comments are welcome? Sure, I'll be like, oh man, that person made fun of me. F that guy. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to delete it. I'm not going to like block him. I'm going to be like, well, shoot, Mariner fans are mean, but I don't think anyone's going to be mean. But like, let me look at the box score now that you finally put me back to earth. Rosarena, 0 for 5. Cal Raleigh, 1 for 5. At least he finished with a 381 average. Julio, 0 for 5. Polanco, 1 for 6, but he made up. I mean, he hit like the second biggest like game winner in Mariners history, literally. Suarez, 0 for 6. Naylor, 3 for 6. So he did his part, and he stole the third. Very gutsy man. He's the second slowest runner in baseball and still stole 30 bases.
That was just gritty baseball from Josh Naylor. That at bat, that double. I don't understand why more guys in baseball don't have the 2-strike approach that he brought into that at bat when he hit the double. Just a half swing, just put the barrel on the ball. Why can't more guys do that? It baffles me. That was old school gritty baseball. That was awesome.
Robles, 1 for 4. He did get a nice double, but then that was wasted. And Crawford, 1 for 6. I mean, he hit a big one. Like, he was the one that started the rally, but realistically, after this season, like, if I were him, he better be working his butt off if he wants to save his job from Colt Emerson, because he's literally right on his tail. I mean, look how he's been doing in AAA. So now you made me think too much ahead again. Thanks a lot, man. You just had
it was nice while it lasted. No, this was an awesome win, though. Let's
look at the pitchers. George Kirby only gave up 3 hits, 6 strikeouts. He did as well as he could. I wouldn't have pulled him just to get Kerry Carpenter out. I would have just said put him on base and just try to see if he can get into a double play. I mean, 3-1, 2-1, whatever. I know that's easy to say now, and I even said it then. Mm-hmm. Gabe Spire gave up the costly home run to Kerry Carpenter, which was more than predictable. Matt Brash was amazing. 2 strikeouts, 26 pitches, and 2 full innings. Andres Munoz was amazing as well. 25 pitches, 2 strikeouts. He did walk a couple, so he did struggle. Gilbert, 2 innings. Gave up 3 hits, though, but made it up with 2 strikeouts. He's the one that got himself in that bases loaded situation. I believe that's what it was. Eduardo Bizardo, how about him? 4 strikeouts and 1 walk.
He was great.
And then Castillo, very efficient. That's the La Piedra that we were looking for. Exactly what we needed.
It was awesome.
Oh, how about Garver making some plays even though he's weeks from retirement? How about that sacrifice fly? I totally forgot about that too. And I was like, man, the Mariners are just holding themselves hostage by starting Garver rather than put Canzone in. But they're like, oh, it's the lefty righty matchup. Woo! No, this is going to be a disaster. But Garver was like, nope, let's get that sacrifice fly.
I thought it was a horrible decision. I thought he was toast like after the first 2 whiffs of that at bat, I was like, oh God, here comes a strikeout. That sac fly was a total surprise to me. That
It
was all.
really was. And
He
it's just
looked
a matter
totally
of what they're gonna.
he looked
I
totally
think
overmatched. That sac fly was such a huge miracle.
it was huge. It was almost as big as like celebrating a home run. I mean, that's the standard that unfortunately Mitch Garver set himself. And now it's gonna be the question of Sunday. Like, what's it gonna be? Like, is it? I think it's gonna be Castillo because you can't use Gilbert because he pitched way too much.
No.
I don't want to use Bryce Miller and Emerson Hancock as your starters for game one. I don't like that idea either. But maybe just use them as maybe do a short game for Castillo and then maybe put in like a Bryce Miller and Emerson Hancock for the more long relief situations. And then game two, things will get a little bit easier where you can put in, hopefully Brian Woo's healthy by then. Then you can use Kirby again and Gilbert. How about Garver? Oh, yeah, but he said, dude, who cares? Well, we all care.
I'm sorry.
Woo should be back. They say that he should be back in the series, but there's not really much of a big update.
I assumed he would be ready to go game one.
I hope so. But the question is, like, will he be able to shake off that rust that he's been having for pretty much almost a month?
Well, I saw he threw. I saw on the news he flew a flat ground yesterday. So, like a
I guess we'll see.
So I assumed he was getting ready for game one.
I hope so. I hope he's there by then, because he is absolutely going to be needed, and it's going to be critical. I mean, the one thing that for sure that the Mariners do have that the Blue Jays don't have, the Mariners have the edge on the starting rotation. There's no question about that. Sure, they give up that random like first jitter home run thing, but they do have the edge on the matchups for the pitching. It's just going to be a matter, and then especially the Sky Dome Rogers Center Sky Dome. The offense better come out hitting because that's a hitter's park. So they gotta. I mean, you're basically playing at the Kingdom if you think about it. But they're gonna have to do big things. Cal Raleigh, he plays well in Toronto. Show it. Show that you are still the House of Horrors for Toronto.
I think you got to give AJ Hinch a lot of credit too for how well he managed the Tigers pitching staff with all the openers and the pitching changes. He really got the most out of all of them. I felt like beyond just Scooble.
Well, not only that, even if the Mariners lost, I'm still giving AJ Hinch a hell of a lot of credit because look at that lineup. I don't know if any of them were actually all-stars or would be bona fide all-stars. Mm-hmm. They're mostly their platoon players at best. And the fact that he was able to still at one point make them the best team in baseball with that kind of offense talent that they have, because I'd like to say the Mariners have the more talented lineup than the Tigers, but he was still able to get like Javier Baez to annoy us. Torkelson. Actually, I think Torkelson got a big hit. Kerry Carpenter killed us. So yeah, AJ Hinch, I mean, if he's not a candidate for manager of the year, I would be absolutely shocked. And I would still give it to him over Dan Wilson. Maybe that's just me hating on Mariners, but AJ Hinch is a proven manager. There is no doubt about that. I mean, I don't like the Tigers. They're just an annoying team. Like I never liked them in years past. Even when they were like Mariners were a great team and the Tigers were a garbage team, Tigers still found a way to annoy the living hell out of them. But I do give them respect for giving us a hell of a series. Like game 4, that should have been over in like a flash, but they decided to do other things. I'll even give credit to the Tigers fans for having the balls to boo their own team. And that, I think, was what got Javier Baez all fired up. And that's why they went on that 9-3 massacre.
There was no pitcher in the world who was going to stop Javier Baez from getting on base in those 2 at-bats. He looked as locked in as I've ever seen any hitter on a baseball field. It was amazing.
Not even Randy Johnson?
Wait, what? We're talking about hitters.
Oh, no, like any pitcher. to go up against Baez? Like, you think no one in Major League Baseball, not even Randy, not
Nobody,
even
no one was going to sneak a fastball by Javier Baez in those 2 at bats. The one where he crushed the single, where he crushed like a 450-foot foul ball 2 pitches prior. No one was going to stop him in that at bat. No one was going to stop him in the at bat against Bizardo. Was it that he
it was Bizarro. He killed Bizarro to pieces.
Yeah, no one, no pitcher in the world was going to stop him. He was so locked in. Maybe you're right too. Maybe he just got fired up from the booing or something. I commented on it on Instagram, and someone said he's a certified baseball troll. He just decides to be.
That's what the Tigers do. They are a trolling baseball team. I mean, look what they did. They collapsed in the entirety of September. They nearly lost to the Guardians, and they nearly beat up the Mariners. And they should have. They should have ended that series a lot earlier, but just as much as the Mariners should have ended it too. Pulled Skubal early. I would have ran him up to 30 pitches. Yeah, maybe would have pulled a David Cone, because David Cone in 95, which he also deserved a lot of credit for that performance that he had. I'm trying to remember, trying to figure out how many pitches that he actually threw. He threw 147 pitches in the 95 game 5.
Mm-hmm.
I had the Yankees won that game. David Cone would have been much more remembered for that. Andy Bennis of the Mariners was 115 guys, so that was like a typical back in the day. But 147, even back then, was considered insane.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine also, I mean, obviously we're not old enough to remember that game. Going into that game, game 5, there's sort of some parallels a little bit that there were going into this game. Like David Cone was just coming off the Cy Young Award season, and the Mariners are throwing up freaking Andy Bennis against the reigning Cy Young, who had just posted like a 6 ERA that season.
At least he went 7-2, but he had the Mariners offense to thank for.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He still won a game. He still won games, I guess.
Yeah, he did. That's true. He had a winning record.
7-2 as a Mariners starter with a 5-something ERA. That's hilarious. What other parallels? Like, it went into extra innings. Starters were coming out. It was a low scoring. Well, Mariners Yankees game was a pretty high scoring game, but the situation was very similar. Like, the way I saw it too, and I know I'm kicking like a dead horse on this, but Mariners had everything to lose in this game. The Tigers literally had nothing to lose because they could easily rebound next year, because I think most of their players are on club control, and ownership, I would assume, is a lot better than the Mariners.
Mm-hmm.
Mariners had Josh Naylor as free agent. Suarez is a free agent.
Polanco.
Then Polanco is going to be a free. I didn't even think about that. Polanco is also going to be a free agent. Gilbert's on arbitration. Randy's on arbitration. Deep one up, by the way, $18.2 million. Kirby's on arbitration.
Mm-hmm.
You would assume that the Astros are going to reload. You would assume that they might maybe sneak in and get Kyle Tucker, who's going to be a free agent. What about Alex Bregman? He may opt out. So the lot was on the line going into next year, which is why I was like, there is no next year. I am not ready for next year. I am ready for now. Win now. Just like Cal Raleigh said, win the whole bleeping thing. Jake Taylor, Major League, the movie, win the whole bleeping thing.
I want to take this moment, by the way, Joe, to say I told you so about I remember during our preseason meeting, you guys were all crapping on the Polanco signing. I remember, and I was on an island saying, you know what, he's a proven good ball player. He's had good seasons, and he's coming back healthy on a prove it deal. I think this could be interesting. I remember saying that.
I gotta find that. If you can find that for me, send it to me. Give me the time of it, and I'll put it as a YouTube short saying, hey, this Mariner fan was right about Jorge Polanco. Now, granted, most of these predictions are just like throwing.
Baseball expert, not Mariners fan. Baseball expert.
Baseball expert was right about Jorge Polanco, which honestly, we all know that these kind of predictions are they're nothing more than just throwing darts at a board. They really just are. And then when you're right, it's like, oh shoot, I was right. Or if I was wrong, I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Would you
What?
sorry, if any of these guys were to come back, I mean, surely, hopefully they'll try to retain at least one. Who would you like to see come back between Naylor, Polanco, and Suarez?
Naylor, because Naylor at least hits well in T-Mobile Park. You don't know what you're going to get out of Suarez next year. You're not going to get 49 home runs from him. I can promise you that. And then Polanco, he was on a prove it deal. So who is to say that he's not going to just go back to his normal self, which could be a fringe 20 home run hitter, but his batting average may take a dip. And Polo and Suarez are getting on their more older side.
Yeah.
So there's Naylor, I think, is the one to keep, but preferably in the perfect world, Mariners, in case the Mariners don't make like a run to the World Series, in case they crap out in the ALCS, which could also happen as well. In a perfect world, they just lock them all up for just one more year on prove it deals or some kind of a short kind of extension, and then try to go for this thing again, along with more Mariners prospects are on the way. Jurangelo Saintia, the switch-handed pitcher, got Cole Emerson, who could be in line to give J.P. Crawford more than a run for his money. What about the potential emergence of Cole Young? Like, there are things to be excited about, but at the same time, there are things to be scared about. But I really shouldn't be talking about it. But you did open Pandora's box for me to already talk about uncertainties. We should be just excited about, oh my God, Polo just did it. But then there's always a back to earth thing.
So well, it's all World Series, right? If it's not the World Series, the season's a failure. If we don't win the World Series, the season is a failure.
It is a failure. I'm still taking that to the bank. I can be happy about an ALDS win, sure. Something that was used to before as a kid. But you got to go World Series or bust, because what happened after 95, after their ALCS run, when we thought, oh, this could be nope. Let's trade Tino Martinez and Jeff Nelson for Russ Davis and Sterling Hitchcock. After 97, let's trade Randy Johnson away. 2000, let's let A-Rod walk in free agency. 2001, let's just remain complacent because we won 116 games, we can't do worse than 100 wins.
Well, I think if they win the World Series, they're still probably going to let all three of those guys walk.
They probably will.
They probably will. That's what I mean. Remember the Marlins? They blew up both of their World Series teams anyway.
It still could happen. But even then, sure, I'll be pissed off about it. I was like, man, let's just build something special. But at the same time, be like, we have a World Series. But that's what John Stan's going to do, right? It's like, hey, you guys got your World Series. Shut up. And now we're going to blow it up. Now you can shut up. No, I'm still going to be like, no, that's not okay. I still want to be competitive. But they're going to give that, oh, you should be thankful. But hopefully we'll be able to complain about that too. But we got a little bit too ahead of ourselves.
We got to have something about after all. Damn. Yeah.
Well, I think what?
Who's going to take over at third if Suarez leaves?
Ben Williamson. Unless you sign Bregman if he opts out.
I don't feel too bad about that. He looks pretty promising.
And he's a guy, as long as you develop his bat, he's not a home run dependent guy. So that's why it will stink if we lose Suarez. Which I think there should be one more year, but then Ben Williamson's kind of due. I mean, he did contribute as well as he could. He was still more efficient than Cole Young. He was still like a 250 hitter, if I remember. Cole Young couldn't even get to that. Sure, his on-base percentage was garbage, but he still made some. He was still effective. His defense is good. And he's a guy who doesn't have to live and die by home runs. That's the problem with this team I have is they're all live and die by home runs. Like you saw the hitting approaches in game 1 and even game 4 and game 5 where they were all just trying to go for bombs. I was like, dude, there's a guy at second or third base. Just poke it in.
Yeah, especially Suarez, like every single at bat of the series. And we saw how that worked out for him.
I mean, he's 0 for 6 for a reason.
I I don't remember what his numbers were in 2022. I'd be curious to.
Suarez in 2022. I mean, I'll take the. Oh, I already have his numbers up. In 2022, he was a 4.1 WAR guy,
In the playoff,
31 home runs,
I meant, sorry.
87 RBIs. Okay, 196 strikeouts, and then we got to playoffs. He was a 350 hitter with a home run, so he was actually a very effective player. So we need the 2022 Suarez, and in comparison, he's like, I think he might be below 100 after the fact that he was 0 for 6.
He might be. He's probably.
So if he's like 4 for 22, he is a. Whoo! What is he then? He's 4 for 16. That is a. Wait.
No, he was
wrong.
like 20, I think.
2 of 15. He's a 133. So if it's 2 for 21, he's an 095 hitter, not even a buck. He's on fence.
Oof. Oof.
Big oof.
We'll have to enjoy them though in the ALCS. Well,
I don't know if we'll enjoy it for long. I think there's gonna be moments where I'm gonna be exactly what I was in Game 5 throughout the game, where I was like just literally holding everything and shaking my chair.
Yeah. Well,
But until
yeah, it will probably be Miller for Game 1.
Yeah.
Woo.
It's probably gonna be a bullpen day if it's not gonna be Miller. But I don't think they necessarily. I think they can still just let. If it's Game 1 though, right? You can just let Miller try to go at least 5. You don't have to yank him after 4, but it depends how he does. Now, if he gives up like 5 runs in like the first few, yeah, of course, yank him. But if he's actually kind of wheeling and dealing like they did in Game 4, then at least let him give it a shot and see how far he can go.
He looks really relaxed in Game 4. I thought he looked probably the most relaxed of any starter, aside from Kirby today.
I still think it's going to be La Piedra. That's my prediction for Sunday. I mean, he only pitched 15. It's not the end of the. It's not like he can't pitch just because.
Right.
Well, I guess we'll have to see. But I'm actually going to just I'm finally taking off. Like, I got to put out a YouTube short of myself crapping myself when Jorge Polanco hit that double, and I got to eat some chicken, which is waiting for me. Maybe I'll walk to 7-Eleven and just get a Slurpee as like a token of celebration.
There you
and
go.
Also, how about yourself for having both of us kick Julio in the pants with our video saying that he was a volatile player, and and my YouTube shorts, they were all like, "Why are you hating on Julio? He's the 6th best outfielder in baseball." And we were all like, "We're not
He's
hating.
the second coming of Jesus.
He's just volatile." And I think that's a fair statement on Julio. The whole team's volatile. Everyone's volatile on this team.
Yeah. Well, it feels like this offense runs with him and Cal.
It really does. And they continue to live and die by the home run.
Well, shoot. Thanks for having me on, Joe. That was an awesome game. And
no, thanks for being part of this channel and being a part of a lot of YouTube videos that we have been making, from the Howard Schultz controversy video, which it really did clear up a lot of things. Something that Sonic Skate wasn't even covering. And it was like right on their lap. It was like right under their nose that they should have snuck that one in too, but I guess it didn't fit their narratives. And then we kicked Julio in the pants. We even kicked the Mariners ownership in the pants and go, "Hey, give Randy Johnson what he deserves." We did a lot this season.
We sure have. If you all haven't seen that yet, go check out the revenue mismanagement video on the Seattle Supersonics and the potential real reason Seattle lost its NBA team. We did that a couple months ago.
We did.
Yeah, if you're in for 15 minutes of awesomeness, just go half an hour of awesomeness. Just go watch all of them. They're all great.
Until then, go treat yourselves to your favorite foods for the next 48 hours, because That's all you're gonna get, because after this, we're all gonna be complaining about Mariners home runs or offensive volatility. Who's our starting pitcher? How's the bullpen gonna hold up? How scary it is to play in Canada.
Oh man. Well, thanks again for having me, Joe. Go Mariners.
Go Mariners. And everyone else, I just want to say thank you. I've been here for a long time, of course, approaching 4 hours. It's a lot of comments. I'm just not even paying attention to these anymore. That's too extreme, IMO. Your odds are in 1 in 30. Division round exit would have been a failure. It would have, for sure. But that's it. I am taking off. What a day it was for me. Not only did I do a lot of stuff for my Don't Quit Your Day job, helped my team win a championship, and gave myself a championship that I hadn't gotten in the last 11 years as a softball player. Haven't won a championship in any organized league as an athlete since 2009. And then watching the Mariners witnessing the second biggest moment in Mariners history, which was the Jorge Polanco double. I will be back for Sunday. And I just want to say thank you very much. And all I can say is go freaking Mariners. Go Mariners. Good vibes only.
All right, guys. Good vibes only. Don't forget it.
Stop it.
Thank you.